There's more of us than you think, quicker than you can blink. Your most loyal will turn against you. It's in the water we drink, poison in the spring, but we'll take back all the power. I won't bend the knee. I don't care who's coming after me. I won't bend the knee. I don't care who's coming after me. I won't bend the knee. I won't bend the knee. You want to be used against. You think you're only right in defense. Intimidate, discriminate, but we will never reach. Remember your place, just in case you thought that we were afraid. It's in the water we drink, poison in the spring, but we'll take back all the power. I won't bend the knee. I don't care who's coming after me. I won't bend the knee. I don't care who's coming after me. I won't bend the knee. I won't bend the knee. Counter attack, no one has your back. Rising against before there's nothing left. I won't bend the knee. I don't care who's coming after me. I won't bend the knee. I don't care who's coming after me. I won't bend the knee. I won't bend the knee.
I just hope that someone would love me.
Diesel groomed me to say this.
I just hope that someone would love me.
I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else than your machine. Wasn't always just a single shade, a palette full of gray in reverie. And I can burn it brighter than the sun. I have a golden gun inside of me.
You should have notifications on. This is a reminder, chat. This is a reminder. Put on your fucking notifications, okay? Go do that. You fucking goober. Go you goober. There we go. Hit that bell icon. Only fucking 40% of you guys are subscribed. We'd like to get that number up. Something chat shows the thing, you know, all that stuff. What's happening, guys? Dude, this drama fucking is so stupid. Okay, this Muta drama is so stupid, dude. This is fucking stupid. Yeah, I was talking about this one with my mods little bit ago today, and I was like, do I cover this? Because I hate, like, here's how commentary works, right? They do really good work for a few months, guys, right? They do good work for a few months, and then every few months we just need to relitigate the same fucking, like, pedophile hunting ass allegations. Guys, we're not Chris Hansen. This, like, the pedophile, like, fucking drop it, dude. I just don't give a fuck. I really don't care. I don't. You know, it's like when you go around in life just seeking pedophiles, right? You see them everywhere you go in your eyes, you know? And it's just, I go, I don't, like, this is fucking stupid, okay? Like it's fucking stupid, okay? I can't have that fucking energy, right? Do you, like, the basis of this really... Okay, all of this comes back to the Cope and Seed Twitter thread, which I already gave Beckett a lot of shit for. We had a conversation about it in private. I've told you that we talked about it in private. I think that Beckett was just, like, painting targets on YouTubers' backs, and it was like a clap thing, and I didn't like what he did, and I told him that, and Beckett was like, yeah, and I was like, well, don't take the thread down now, because you got 1 million fucking views on it, so just leave it up, right? But I was like, who, like I don't fucking care if you had, like, a Twitter interaction with Shadman at some point in the past. Okay, like, I really don't fucking care, right? What he did was bad. Everybody can admit that, right? Those two things are not, you know, they're not, like, they're not connected, right? You can have those two opinions. They don't contradict. As someone who found a fucking pedophile in real life, I never want to do it again. I am fucking exhausted and stressed. Right? So it's like, I don't like that shit. I don't fucking give a fuck. Okay? I don't give a fuck. Commentary is always like flamenco and the Shotokan alligator. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. So this stuff that is happening with Muta does have a big part of it is that stuff that I just mentioned with Shad. Part of it is some other stuff. Let's talk about Nux Taku, right? I've had conversations with Nux, professional related to work and news and stuff like that. So we're not like homies or anything. I know people who know him, and that's how we were talking about a story that I was talking about like 2 or 3 years ago, right? Okay, but flamenco fighting with Emrao, and it's hilarious. Right? So that's how I knew of Nux, is through that story. I'm vaguely pretty familiar with the anime tube and Anitubers in general. So the communities are very different, right? Because people, so let's talk about Nux's content. People look at Nux in commentary or who are commentary adjacent and go, "Whoa, this guy's stuff is so degenerate. This guy's stuff is really degenerate." Blah blah blah, right? And I was like, "What are you talking about? Have you seen the rest of AnimeTube? Have you seen other AniTubers? That's not really that abnormally like insane there, right? I know for commentary and a lot of commentary they don't engage with that stuff, right? By any tuber standards, it's not that bad. I still hate it though. Yeah, so it's like you can not like it, right, and not engage with that content. But like, if we're talking about in terms of like AniTube, I'm like, what are we really like? Like, is it really that egregious, right? Yeah, he's just the one who slightly broke off for AniTube, right? So I'll show you an example of an AniTuber who does very similar content but has not gotten shit for it, right? I actually gave this guy shit in an old video that I don't agree with anymore, and but yeah, he has 1.4 million. His name is Lost Paws, right? You guys might have seen him. He apparently had beef with the Anime Man and those guys a long time ago, because I guess he was gooning a little too close to the sun at Anime Man's partner. But like, this guy is like the typical gooner Anituber type character, right? So it's like, I don't know if any of you have seen Dan to Dan, but you know, here's a drawing of Momo and Okaroon, and it's like, I come in peace, and then it's like, I'm peace, right? And it's him just like reacting to this. I'm not even gonna litigate that. I listen, man. All he does is meme reviews of Reddit. Yeah, it's him reviewing memes on his Reddit, or it's like goth girls getting even better with age, and it's Sam from Danny Phantom, dude. Holy shit. Guardivar from Pokemon. This Link having his sword plowed, or his ass plowed by a sword, right? Dude, what the fuck are these thumbnails, man? These are so fucking funny. Shit. Still better than Mother's Basement. Oh shit. Oh my. God. These thumbnails are fucking wild, chat. But you know, it's like when we're talking about like from anime YouTube, right? Nux's content isn't really that. It doesn't really fucking stand out, right? I feel like a part of the lolly hunt has to do with people trying to play therapist and being like, actually, it helps serve as an outlet so they don't hurt real kids, and it would downhill from there. I don't care. My issue is just that in particular commentary seems to go out looking for pedophiles, and you know, they see like it's like a Schrodinger's pedophile thing, right? I personally feel like we need like really strong proof, and I don't like that the preponderance of evidence is like, did you say something cringe? I don't really like that being the preponderance of evidence, right? Like Tipster, we can say a lot about Tipster, guys, right? But you know, gun to my head, I'm not gonna say that Tipster is a pedophile, okay? But you see a lot of like commentary glupshitos get on that, and they're like, that's their main thing. And it's like, Smaggle, you literally jerked off to monkeys at a zoo. Like, I don't know what to tell you. The biggest issue with the Nux Muda thing is people are now saying Rev said Desu was correct. Rev is fucking weird. So yeah, I watched Muda's video and I thought it was bad. I don't know if the reasons I think it's bad are for the same reason that like other commentary YouTubers think it's bad. There's like multiple reasons that I think this video is bad. I don't think Muta should have ever put out this video, and there's a re-upload of it here. We'll react to it in a second. But yeah, Muta took it down, and the reason for that isn't really known. Nobody really knows what's going on right now, so I think I would wait to hear from somebody that knows Muta, like a Nick Diorio, who has like a decent relationship with him and could probably hear something from him, right? But yeah, I'll also probably in this stream I might try and like explain where I think Muta's coming from, because some of his actions are a little strange, and I'm just, you know, spitballing what my thoughts are, right? He made a YouTube community post explaining why I was down. Yeah, but it didn't really say or mean much, right? So I'll try and work you through it based off of my experiences as like a commentary YouTuber for the past like few fucking years. You know. But we will get to that when we get to that, right? Nick already covered this on his stream last night, also showed a hilariously bad clip of Muta. It was like him on like a live stream being like talking about like his favorite hentai or something, right? Is that the one that we're talking about here? Right? Because the way that Muta portrayed it is like he doesn't know what hentai is at all or something. Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's a bad clip. That's a bad clip. I'm not even gonna say it. Listen, man, I've said tons of insane shit on these streams. If you wanted to clip me out of context, you could. But then it's just like, you know, you just gotta just be like, I don't fucking care. Right? And I think he kind of freaked out and cared. But we'll get to that, right? So we'll work it from the post-Nux clarity video backwards. I usually don't take a piss this early, but I fucking forgot to pee before I started streaming. So let me go do that.
Anything else, and if I fall behind, ignoring all the signs, and if I lose the fight, I still rage against the I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else than your machine.
How does he drive with that toilet schedule? It was like 10 minutes of him describing in detail what he liked about the hentai. And he went, I watch hentai for the plot, and complained that a lot of them have no world building. I was listening to an episode of Trash Taste where they were complaining about the same. I will be honest. I was like reading a dojin, and like I just cannot stand it when it just gets right into the action. It's like, buddy, part of the I can't self-insert myself into this fantasy, okay? I can't ruin this guy's marriage via NTR. Okay, if it doesn't set up how loveless their marriage is. Uh Diesel, have you read Metamorphosis? No, but I know what it is. Shit. Right? But it's like no, yeah, no, give me a reason. Give me a reason. NTR is just the one that came to mind. I don't honestly like NTR. It's kind of weird because it's always like paired with Ugly Bastard, you know? But I'm not really an NTR guy, okay? If there's like NTR, I'll like ignore the NTR moment and be like, these people love each other very much, okay? Do I want to know what NTR means? It's basically like cheating hentai, you know? It's like where the husband and wife hate each other, and then it's no, so it's not cuckoldry, right? It's more like you're the bull in the cuckold relationship type stuff, right? So it's less like you're the cuck, and it's more like you're the bull, you know? It's aggressive cheating porn. Oh shit. Uh, oh shit. Yeah, Diesel straight. This confirms it. And another thing, right? So it's like, ladies, I'm gonna have to explain something to you. Here's how, like, when a guy is engaging with porn, this is completely unrelated, but you know, I'm not escaping the Gooner allegations. But there's like nowhere else to fit it in, so I'll fit it in now. I will get to the Hermitcraft allegations, right? So when a guy is like engaging with a pornographic material, right? Like when I go on like Pornhub or like some other site and I watch some chick, you know, fuck, right? You don't you're not like watching, maybe maybe there's like guys out there that are like out there being like, man, I love watching other people have sex, right?
Boring.
But like when it's my brain, and I think a lot of guys would agree with me, right? When I'm watching it, I picture myself doing it. I don't think I love watching this. I go, I'm thinking about me doing this to them, right? Like I'm inserting myself. It's like self-insertion fanfic when I watch porn. You know what I mean? Please stop, honey. I don't want to know about this. Yeah, people who love watching own a Sneeko chair. Right, but that's like how I engage with the media on a philosophical level. I understand it's a kink, but I can't imagine self-inserting into a loveless marriage. Well, it's like that you cheat. It's like you're cheating on the husband, but you're the one who brings love via your balls. Now I'm just spitting random nonsense. I'm just saying random shit. But yeah. That was a humongous just tangent, but it was like one of those things where it's like I think some people don't understand how like a man brain engages with it. So I'm just explaining to you how the brain works, you know. It's porn for kids of divorced parents who blame themselves. Right, but yeah, so anyway, to get back on the topic, okay. Do you think male porn stars watch only themselves? It's like does a mailman deliver his own mail? NTR is basically, what if all the marital problems can be solved with a bigger penis? Oh god. Mansplaining.
Mansplaining porn.
Anyway, we're gonna watch what he was saying about Nux. I've already kind of like laid the groundwork. People also don't like Nux because he's annoying. I think that's another thing to mention here. I just think he's like a bit of an idiot goober. I don't really think he's like anything more than that. Nux previously did a video where he was like trying to get streamers to say the N-word. That's something he did. But it was like, oh, getting streamers to say the N-word, and then the word was neighbor, right? Which honestly, if you got them to just say the real N-word, I think that would have been funnier, right? But I don't really think what he does is particularly egregious. It was nipples too, yeah. There was also the V Shoujo stuff, which is what he and I spoke about. And yeah, I know there was like some chat about that in the drama talks, like part of the server, but yeah, no. V Shoujo was definitely in the wrong there. There's I have it on there's some fucking crazy people that work at V Shoujo, okay, and they were handling it very poorly. And the person that was like reaching out to Nux for Nux to cover it was somebody who was unhappy with what the management was going on there, so he ran the news, right? And I gotta be honest, I don't think I'd be going to bat for V Shoujo, okay? That there's some decisions the company has made in private that I personally do not agree with, okay? Especially in terms of the things that come from their management. But you know, it's not like I'm going to talk about the VTuber agencies because they are they're litigious as fuck. I feel like you're digging at me. No. I'm just mentioning your comment because it was easier to mention it on stream than to just litigate it in the chat, right? But you know, V Shoujo didn't handle that situation well at all. Especially some of the upper management there, they did not. But in case you guys, to give a very short TLDR to the V Shoujo thing, there was basically a security threat at the company that resulted in some people's information getting leaked, and Nux Taku ended up covering that via a source he got. I also received advance notice about some of the information. Didn't cover it because I don't cover VTubers, but there was like a mutual that it just, you know, it came to me, right? And basically, V Shoujo didn't want any information getting out about it, but they also weren't doing enough to stop what was happening. So Nux ended up running a story on it. And they didn't like that, and they deliberately reached out to people with the intent to cover Nux in a negative light. So they
My biggest
wanted
issue with Nux is he runs his mouth with no thought. He then A, ignores it, or B, says it's just jokes. Magnetar is my best example.
Yeah, it's like a matter of him, like, a majority of the actual issue with Nux is him just, like, spitting and then not knowing what he's talking about. And I'm sorry if I'm being very cagey with the information on the V Shoujo stuff. They really are that litigious. All the companies in that business are litigious. If you've ever wondered why there's so much almost forced positivity in that industry, a lot of it comes from that idol culture and the attitudes that are brought into how the businesses are run is not something I particularly appreciate. But yeah, VTube warfare is not a bad way. Personally, I personally don't care about his older drama. Yeah, it's definitely an example of how the older drama is important because it helped build a case against him, right? But like I said earlier with like guys like Lost Pause, and there are other examples. I think Lost Pause is a really egregious example to give, but it's like not a bad one to show. But there's a lot of like insane fucking shit in Anecdote thumbnails, right? So that's why I'm like, Nux doesn't really stick out for the genre, in my opinion. And I think the reason that he sticks out is because he ended up touching commentary. And so the levels of what is okay within the terms of the commentary Overton window are very different, right? But yeah, I'll commentate over this as we get into it now. What did Lost Pause do? Be annoying? That was really it.
Today, we've got a pretty serious video to make. Throughout my career, people make mistakes and there's accountability to be taken, and I am not shy to taking real accountability to actual mistakes. Now, the thing about this is, obviously, I can upload these kind of videos onto secondary platforms, but I really think, for full effect, I should always upload to the main
Nux
platform.
only got anywhere because of... No, so if you look at Nux's channel, I think when he started to associate with commentary, it was further on the decline of his career. But yeah, so have you seen that Quite vid, the one about the 360? It was fucking good. Yeah, I worked on it. I worked on it for the research. But yeah, so I feel like his content was doing better when it was like anime stuff, and then after a while the channel started to do bad, and so he started to get in with like commentary.
Talk to you guys in a full level-headed way. Now, I have a Reddit board known as Some Ordinary Gamers, and you can post whatever memes and things you want all day, every day. But one of the clips that I saw, one of the things shared was Reef's...
Ultimately, this all comes back to Reddit, and Reddit is an awful place. I hate Reddit. Okay, so my first thing here, right? So it's like the way that this is gauged, right? So Nux's whole content scheme is that he shows outrageous things to people for the intent of reaction content, right?
Surface video of...
And it's like I'm not okaying what content was there, but it's a cross post from r/YouTube drama, and I'm sorry, but comparing Nux Taku to Jeffrey Epstein, you should be beaten over the head with a baseball bat in Minecraft, dude. Like, you are fucking... Do you know who that is? Do you know who Jeffrey Epstein is, motherfucker? Okay? Like, let's have some reasonability here. Like, I understand it's like, oh, pedophiles are terrible, whatever, fine. But it's just like, brother in Christ.
I'm sick. Can you say get well Pookie PLSU woo?
Get well, Pookie 2D trash. Get well. Who compared Nux to Epstein? This fucking post, and I guess, I don't know, maybe it was like a video posted on r/YouTube drama, right? And another thing, the only reason that any of this is getting litigated, in r/YouTube drama is because Oopaville and Mudahar weren't immediately decrying Mr. Beast. The only reason this gets fucking litigated, the only reason this is in r/YouTube drama is because these guys want every reason to say everybody who's not a detractor of Mr. Beast is the worst person. Okay? I call Nux a pedophile because I don't like him, so I'm valid. But yeah, like the only reason that this got anywhere or became anything is because it's on r/YouTube drama, and everybody posting something on there about a drama creator is doing it with the intent to try and ruin the drama creator's credibility. I'm sorry, that's just the reality of it. These guys were just trying to attack Oompaville and Some Ordinary Gamers.
Some Ordinary Gamers and Nux Taku watching lowly together on a Discord call. So when I see this kind of
So ultimately, technically, this is all Trisha's fault. Yes.
stuff, it blows me, and obviously it flashbangs anybody, and I want to definitely have a talk about it and really explain to you exactly.
And I'll tell you this right now, I'm sorry, but if somebody on fucking Reddit says something about me, it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't fucking matter. I'm sorry. Listen, man, I've seen people say shit about me on Reddit, and then I look at their post, and they're like the most miserable person ever, and I go, you know, I get to leave this and be loved. So I don't care.
What this is, what it's about, give you my side of the perspective, and again, take accountability where accountability needs to be fucking taken. Now, I've had a pretty hardcore stance against things like lolly, and obviously I don't want to be contributing to watching that kind of content or normalizing it in any fashion. So in this situation, obviously I looked at some of these clips and I want to explain what's happening and completely condemn it too, because as somebody that is 1000% against this kind of stuff, I don't want to be, again, normalizing it in any capacity. Now, for people who don't know, Oompaville and Nux Taku were former members of the Some Ordinary podcast, which obviously ended 3 to 4 months ago. Now, I get to talk about that a little bit after I discuss all of this, because there's some lore about it that I can finally really discuss, and it should...
Yeah, I was immediately thinking of the pee drinking guy. You know, it's like, oh, I was getting into arguments with a guy, and then I learned he was like on r/piss drinkers.
To light exactly what really happened with the podcast, because it's pretty independent of this. But to go back to it, Nux Taku is a former collaborator, a former friend of mine, and I mean really a former friend of mine.
And I'm sorry, right, Muta? If Muta, the way Muta talks about this makes people think he has something illegal on his hard drives. Yeah, it's like, I don't know why Muta did most of this video. By the way, here's I think if you are getting on a YouTube video to publicly announce that you're dropping someone as a friend, you're fucking insane, okay? You're fucking insane, right? There are YouTubers I've dropped as friends, and I haven't said a single word about what happened to us. You know, it might have been extreme. We might have argued, but I don't take that to a YouTube video, because it's not for everybody, right? Not everything is for everyone.
Because some of the stuff that I've seen over here is disgusting enough that I really can't continue a friendship, and I really can't, like, again, excuse some of my behavior watching some of this content as well. So this video that was uploaded with, again, Nux Taku as Jeffrey Epstein and me as...
it's like, dude, we're like, this video is absolutely, like, this thumbnail is outrageous, dude. I don't know why you would ever take this seriously, because whoever is presenting this does not even want to have a legitimate conversation about this drama at all. This is like some, like, you know, listen, we talk about, like, oh, commentary YouTubers use kiwi farms all the time, but this is like some glupshido kiwi farm post type shit, dude. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
I assume Ghislaine Maxwell over here. Mudahar Nunt, right? So obviously in this clip, or in this video, there is a pretty big clip of me, Nux Taku, and Quite, and Caleb basically watching and reviewing hentai together. Now, while all three of us were present in this video, this is a section from me, right? Now, obviously, these videos, according to how this video is played, was uploaded on YouTube. Now, for full context...
He's a researcher of harmful opinions. And I have tons of researchers, too, and guess what? They're all fucking crazy.
When it comes to recording stuff, this was 3 years ago, so I don't remember everything done onto it. I don't think anybody can remember something they did 3 years ago, especially when you make videos nearly every day. This
spawned from Muta talking shit about the Hassan terrorist and Frank shit.
But in this collaboration, Nux doesn't really give any preparation material. We kind of just jump in and record stuff and then send it over to his editors or himself over Discord. But in this situation, he showed us a channel known as Henty Boy, right? Which again, this is a video known as Hentai Thick Girl, very unknown, very small viewership. But as you can see right over here, right, this was all uploaded to YouTube.
And even when you look at the upload date for this, August 2020, around Nux's actual video, which would have been uploaded like January of, or the end of January of like 2021, the channel pretty much remained dormant over here. But it was pretty much an unknown channel that slipped under YouTube's moderation. And I don't even think that channel exists anymore because with the amount of attention raised through...
Also, I think it should go without saying that obviously Harmful Opinions and I probably don't agree on a lot of things. Listen, there's no way commentary is ever going to escape the political debate bro allegations.
Nux's initial video, it probably is completely removed and has actually been banned off of the platform.
And again, when I was working with Nux, a lot of the things we did talk about was being anti-loli in that situation. And Nux very much made it clear to me that he was anti this stuff as well too, and he still maintains it to this day. But the kind of stuff that he showed us was anime ni summer.
Now, inside the video, inside Nux's presentation, it kind of came off as like just a cursed little hentai. And the reality of it is I never really watched his collaboration, but if you take the name that Ni Summer has had and put it into my anime list, which...
Low-key commentary is Diet Bread Tube, but more entertaining. I would, if I would say anybody's Diet Bread Tube, I'm probably more Bread Tube adjacent than some of the other motherfuckers. I think commentary is like, if there is a horseshoe theory, sector is like the far right, and then commentary is like center right.
Which I realistically should have done at the time. You can see the synopsis is Yuta Yamayuchi is a average high school student, right? So right there, I'm not going to play the whole semantics. Oh, is this really loli game? Like, I don't even care if somebody is like 18 or on the cusp of like turning 19. At the end of the day, high school can very much involve a minor. And when you scroll down and go to the information, it is a OVA by a studio known as Rabbitgate with no licensors, but the genre is in fact...
Why is he like showing so much information? This completely skipped over me the last time, right? It's like, also the like, I love how Muda's like, I'm not gonna get into the semantics of it, and then immediately gets into the semantics of it. It's like, chat, personally, I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care if what you do in your free time, okay? Fucking don't diddle kids. That's it. That's it. That's it. I don't fucking care. But like, the semantics argument is fucking just the worst. It's completely unproductive, right? It's like, I don't want to spend the next like 40 minutes debating whether or not Tipster's a pedophile or something. I don't care, right?
Hentai. So again...
But it's just like, Jesus Christ. Like, it's like bait was left on the floor for Muta and he picked it up.
Ladies and gentlemen, if it's hentai and it involves high school people, it does in fact...
How many times have we had an incident involving lolly in this community? 6 times? This year alone, dude.
...fall under the loli banner, and that is never okay in any capacity. Now, obviously, these videos existing on YouTube...
Mullet Mad Jack, by the way, great game if you've never played it. Okay, great game.
YouTube kind of, again, led us to some credence that maybe it wasn't, you know, this, like, borderline illicit material. But again, these were also smaller YouTube channels, so chances are they probably weren't swept up under the YouTube moderation, which is something that also should have really been considered from my end. It should have been something that I never watched in the first place. I should have never, you know, condoned. And honestly, it's pretty shitty to even contribute to somewhat normalizing this material.
Our goblins lolly. You know, I fucking hate Vosh for doing that, right? Because he used that as like an escape argument, right? Goblins are not lolly. No, to answer your question. Okay? And Vosh was using that as a get out of jail free card, but it doesn't fucking work. Okay?
There's a lot of large creators that work with a person. You know, you tend to have this level of like authority brought into it. And there is obviously a blind spot when this is somebody that you consider to be a friend at the time. And obviously when you work with that person and you see other large creators that you're also friends with work with that person, it just, again, swells up that blind spot that you make.
Vosh pulled the goblin cord and made every artist on Twitter sweat for months. Let's ask the real question here. Diesel, are you jolly? No, I have seasonal affective.
But again, no real excuses over there.
Diesel, do you hate Vosh exclusively for the goblin comment? You know, I don't know any of Vosh's other opinions. Yeah, that's it. That's the only reason I hate Vosh.
You shouldn't really have a blind spot in the first place. And again, it's not only me being a poor judge of character, but I should have absolutely have spotted this years ago. So for that, I absolutely own up to my fuck up here. But again, I don't think this is literally us gooning together watching Loli in this manner. This is a collaboration where it happens pretty much on the fly, and it's not, you know, representative of the kind of shit that I consume on a daily basis or anything of that nature. Like, I would never willingly...
Diesel Vosh uses slurs for good. Yeah, so do I. I don't use it as an excuse. I just like saying them.
And honestly, like, watch something like this, you know, out of nowhere. This is just insane. And I wanted to really bring this up and bring this into the context of what this clip was and why we had watched this kind of stuff. And any jokes that I make in these situations, really any jokes that anybody makes in collaborations like this, is usually because everyone's just playing into the high shock factor of something like this. Does that excuse any behavior? Absolutely not.
And he showed us something very weird, and I remember getting somewhat upset about it and not liking it that much. It was me, him, and Quite. Fuck. I want to say it was something involving a dog too, but I
Exactly.
Probably 900-year-old cum vamp for far too long.
Dude. Oh my god.
These are the four horsemen of the apocalypse we're looking at right now. This is like some mythological.
They've been around since long before civilization.
Exactly. Wait, you showed one in those videos?
This is the 5 rules of the Onami household.
Okay.
These are the little sisters, by the way.
Okay, this is a hentai?
The bros hopped on for a reaction video, didn't even fucking remember what was in the video, right? Because I know Muta got shit for this. I think it was on the Chud Logic stream where he didn't remember that that's something he reacted to. But listen, guys, if you go out searching for it, you're going to find clips of like me at 14 saying the N-word, you know?
First rule, hug your little sister every day.
Okay, it's fine. Okay, it's just hug her
Yeah, it's probably like 16 actually, now that I think about it.
for at least 10 seconds. There's nothing wrong with the hug. Yeah, it's fine.
No, the third rule isn't any weirder, so you don't have to worry.
Oh.
But in this situation, I just wanted to provide you the context
Now that you said that, I'm going looking.
of all of this, right? This wasn't us sitting together watching Loli, you know, just on like the off time. This is a collaboration for one of Nux's main channel videos. And at the time, really nobody thought
Laura
about
Case
it.
celebrates 11 months of membership.
So a lot of these big creators, you can start to see like really big names. Obviously, Project Melody, Critical, MXR Plays.
I do have the pat. Speaking of, hold on. I know that I'm gooner shaming here. Can we just talk about another gooner account, dude? MXR. Dude, MXR does like fucking, is he even on YouTube anymore? Or is like his channel gone? Because I know his channel constantly, dude, MXR constantly was having his channels taken down because they do some real goon maxing thumbnails, right? But MXR used to do like MMO reviews. And then he lost his channel from what I remember. No, they moved to Patreon. He got chased off of YouTube. Yeah. I wonder what about these thumbnails is a little egregious, dude. Dude, this guy was doing Skyrim modding videos, but he couldn't help but put massive fucking honkers and everything. All right? He's putting honkers in every MXR fucking Skyrim video. Ended up losing the channel for it. I did enjoy his Skyrim mod videos. Me too. Question, is gooning just a different word for edging? I feel like gooning's like the act of climaxing multiple times. Edging is like getting right to the edge and then stopping.
I don't know if that's actually Iron Mouse, but yeah, you can see plenty of creators that Nux has worked with, and for a while there's been plenty of collaborations where like big creators jump on, they get shown like crazy shit,
That like Nux's entire content was just based around getting people to react to outrageous shit. That's it, right? If you've never seen a Nux video, that's what Nux's channel is, right? And then he started a secondary channel to try and revive his career. That was all like, you know, him covering drama. And by the way, I saw his like drama channel today, and it was him. And I guess he's like doing a podcast with a female VTuber about drama. And I was like, it was completely incomprehensible. I couldn't understand anything that they were going on about.
Hentai, or sometimes participate in, like, you know, games, game shows, so to speak. And that's really the extent of it. Nux is a pretty big collaborator in that space. And realistically, I kind of just walked around expecting him on good faith when he said that, you know, he's pretty anti-loli, and obviously wouldn't have shown us anything that would be very adjacent to it. And obviously with a lot of these larger creators also collaborate.
Right, like when a commentary YouTuber is asking someone whether or not they're pro or anti-lolly, the question that's being begged isn't whether or not you're okay with like little girls in anime, even though some, like, you know, like they're like, oh, no Anyas in my Spy X family, right? The question that a commentary channel is asking when they say that is, are you a pedophile or not? Which is like, honestly, we should just be saying what we mean. Just ask. They're gonna say no anyway, but that's what they're saying, right? Like, that's what's happening.
Collaborating with them, I'm sorry to say, it really did.
Yeah, because let's be honest, commentary thinks Moe is lolly. Dude, fucking, you can't even be like, what's like a fucking, I guess Anya is like the best example right now. It's like Spy X Family is like a really cute anime. I've only seen like 1 or 2 episodes, right? But like that character existing, period. Doesn't Keemstar think all anime is hentai? Yeah, like
blindside me. There was a bias, call it, you know, friendship bias, call it, you know, there was other creators working on it.
Moe is like, you know, Moe is like kawaii type stuff, right? So like a little short. I actually have like I mean, I guess like this like smushed like version, like this, like all the super deformed stuff, right? So like the Rebecca, or I have a, I'll pull it down, actually. Look at this. I got this little RX-78 super deformed. It's made of like egg plastic or something. That's chibi. Yeah, okay. So it's like all of these things get used, right, as words. But if we're just talking about in the context of commentary, it would all be the same thing. Diesel, did you pick up the mail? No, I'm going tomorrow. I'm waiting for another package to come in.
But really, it was something that I was putting up a blind.
I was going to buy one of those. This is, the kit's kind of okay. It's not great. I'm not a huge fan of the recycled plastic ones suck. Diesel, do you goon to Mecha? No, I had a roommate that gooned to Transformers. I've talked about it on stream before.
Spot too, and I'm not using.
If it looks like a child and acts like a child, then it's a child. That's my rule.
Baba Booey. TBH, I don't think Terry's a single anime creator who didn't screw around with lowly stuff at some point. Like the anime man being anti-lowly, but having a massive shinobu boner.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, it's like oil and water to anime community and commentary, dude.
Using that as an excuse.
Shout out for the 2 Mad mention, by the way.
I really shouldn't have done that collaboration.
You goon towards Mecha. You know, inshallah, I give up gooning for Ramadan.
I really shouldn't have watched that content and in any way contributed to normalizing it. I 100% obviously condemn Lolly, and I 100% condemned my actions in that situation. But again, one of the reasons why I do really want to address this is I don't like obviously reading the facts that I am some level of a pedo or a defender of this or anything. I have made plenty of videos.
And so I get why Muta is kind of, you know, people are like, why is Muta like being so reactionary about this? I think it's because I think part of it is because he's being accused of being a pedophile, right? Because, you know, you could interest and say, well, we're not saying you're a pedophile, Mudahar. We're just saying that you've interacted with somebody that we think is a pedophile. It's the same thing. You're saying the same thing. You're just interesting. And that's what they're accusing Mudahar of. So I get why he might overreact and like rush to answer, right? Because the second somebody accuses you of something like that, which guys, this month, not this month, but like a few months ago, remember Scarlet Reaper was around and that guy did try to paint me as a pedophile. That is something that tried to happen, right? And so I could have immediately rushed to response and spurg out, but what I did was I sat down and I went, okay, let's look at everything and put together something where I can own this guy categorically, right? So, you know, you when stuff like that when you get accused of stuff like that, nobody's rushing to respond. I think a lot of YouTubers get accused of something and like rush to answer it. You don't need to, right? Do yourself a favor and take the time to build a response rather than just rushing.
Videos crapping on individuals and burning a bridge with creators who
I saw Lolly, but I'm not a pedophile, he says, after putting other people in the same situation. Yeah, Mudahar put himself up against standards that were obviously going to come around to bite him in the ass.
don't necessarily agree with.
But this wasn't rushed. The drama was dead. It was being relitigated by the internet. It was something that was coming up again, okay? Because it was being posted all over r/YouTube drama. That one video wasn't the only thing I saw about this, okay? People were looking for things on Mudahar to try and fuck him, okay? That was happening.
If I have ever
Scarlet, good times, I know he looking up at us.
at any point normalize their actions, people like
I like how you mentioned he's looking up at us.
Mama Max, where I did stick up for.
We all know it's a
Amongst
Sonichu
plenty of-
medallion. I don't even listen. I know the meme is like funny. I don't even think it's a Sonichu medallion. I think I understand where the overreaction's coming from, but that's like one of those moments where you need somebody around you to nut check you.
Other creators. But I think obviously if really bad information comes out and new information comes out, you have to publicly correct it. You have to publicly explain, updates to a situation. I could swipe this stuff under the rug, but I choose to upload it on the main channel because I think that's really where taking accountability is at. I don't want to pretend like I am just burying my head in the sand.
Yeah, a nut check. Yeah, so it's like when you're checking somebody on their drama to be like whether or not you're making a good response or not.
This was a wrong thing for me to do, and 100% I own up to it completely. So one of the things that I don't agree with is a lot of the over-sexualization in the thumbnails, right? So there were actually collections of thumbnails collected in these videos where things were pretty NSFW, all right? Or at least they were highly sexualized, but even that isn't as bad as one of the examples that I want to show you. Now, if you're looking at this video...
Yeah, so reality check, literally that.
Called Cursed Speedrun Fails. This was uploaded 3 years ago, and if you're looking at the thumbnail, it is XQC screaming at some video game with Nux's VTuber in the corner and going, what the fuck? Now, the thing is, the problem with this situation is the thumbnail that came before is absolutely filthy. So this one video where, again, the thumbnail is different, XQC is still very much in the corner. You can see a speedrunning timer. You can see Nux's character, his avatar, right here on the right side. But the middle that I'm blurring especially involves a dog bending over and inserting themselves into what appears to be a female character.
I would love to know what was actually on that thumbnail, that like, because I have to just take Mudahar's word that there is dog sex bestiality happening in that thumbnail. If there is, there's no saving Nux from how insane that sounds. Right? So yes, it was. He privated it. Yeah. Mudahar privated this video. Yeah, Nux still has the Pokemon porn thumbnails up. You know, okay, it's so fucking like that. Ask Tom, he saw it. I think it was Shadman art. Okay. I'm sure one of the researchers will come across something. But I'll trust it when it's from them. but I'm not gonna be like, hey, Turkey Tom, do you got that bestiality thumbnail in your drafts, bro? Nux did take down his video defending Zero. Yeah, I 100% think that's like an example of Nux not knowing what the fuck he's talking about.
So obviously this has nothing to do with the actual content, it's just a hypersexualized thumbnail.
Now, even with a thumbnail like that, it had nothing to do with anything hypersexualized, so I don't know why we had to insert zoophilia into like a speedrunning thumbnail. To me, it makes no sense, but obviously, you know, looking through a larger collection of these thumbnails that were uploaded on numerous other channels covering this topic, yeah, it really is a pattern that back in the day, and Nux even touched upon this, that, you know, years ago, that this was something they did, whether it be for some form of clickbait or, you know, capture or something that was normalized in the anime community. Any form of zoophilia, any form of, you know, hentai like this, or hypersexualization, or, you know, if you even insert like loli into this thumbnail, for instance, that's not okay. And obviously these are things that, you know, if you slightly change in the background.
Fun fact, Turkey Tom was shown My Life as Inukai Dog, which isn't hentai, just a really weird series. Is that the series where the guy gets turned into a dog and he's like living with the girl that he has a crush on as the dog? And she's like, ha 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 ha. Okay. All right. So that's what he was shown. Yes. Okay, yeah, that's a really weird series. I watched like 1 or 2 episodes to be like, what the fuck is this? But it was just like, this is a really boring. It's a really boring anime, guys. It's a really boring anime.
It's going to rub people the wrong way. You should really just be upfront and honest. And honestly, you should never even have done this in the first place. But yeah, this is one of those things that kind of like obviously was brought up, and it's one thing that I wanted to address as one of the principal reasons as to why this isn't okay. But I think a even bigger reason is one of the...
Also, I first heard of you as one of these so-called researchers. Are you talking about yourself in the... No. It's one of the mods. We'll probably figure it out.
These situations regarding another creator known as Bungo Taiga,
which is a character...
Lo and behold. That is definitely not the original image of what was in the show. That I believe it was this image. There's definitely bare ass on that thumbnail though, so I definitely can't show that, but that is not a dog fucking a woman. Looking at it now, that is like a composite image of a woman and then a dog. But her ass is out, and I can see that crack, so... that's a hell of a sentence to join in on. Thank you for that, researcher Andy.
A creator that also had their entire YouTube channel pretty much terminated for nudity and sexual content policy.
Now, to preface, also going in forward into this video, I don't know much more about Bungo Taiga other than what I'm about to read here for you. And
the implication is kind of weird. Yeah, the way that the image is photoshopped makes it look like the dog is licking the woman's ass, but the woman's ass is not being licked by that dog.
Again, just covering this one specific case. So I don't know what level of degeneracy, if anything, this person also falls into, so don't consider anything that I'm saying as a co-signing of this individual. I'm looking at a very hyper-specific event in this point in time. I just want to make that readily apparent.
So to go over a bit of their controversy, in summer 2022, Taiga was accused of grooming.
Yeah, so apparently Nux like bungled this story immensely. He like fumbled it really badly. I don't know about the specifics of this, so I can't like litigate it myself. I've never seen a complete run over of the Taiga stuff. I know Beckett has looked into it, but I personally haven't read much about it, so I don't know.
They made a twit longer where they reviewed the allegations and called them false. Later, an updated Google Doc was created that had evidence that not only were these allegations fake, they were deliberately created by ex-moderators and spread by a stalker of Taiga. So again, this is the Google Doc in question.
Yeah, I'll explain that post from Nux after we finish this, but I have looked at it.
Now again, I have no idea about this.
Yeah, from what I understand, Taiga's still a weirdo, but Nux fumbled the bag. Yeah, that's what my tertiary takeaway was from looking at it, but I can't really like comment on it all that much. If Nux fucked up a story, Nux fucked up a story, and he should be derided for that, and he should make corrections and do what needs to be done for that, right? I don't think that's like a drop your friend type scenario. We all fuck up stories. That's just the reality of the game.
Controversy whatsoever. I'm only bringing this up because it was actually a big point of contention for someone like Nux. So even the actual person, Taiga Holic, actually ended up making like a 57-minute like piece where they kind of went over this and really were just grilling Nux for not really correcting the record. The record had to be corrected because in this situation, Nux literally made a video where he was showcasing controversies to a popular creator known as Penguin Zero. Now inside this, he actually goes out and says, "Hey all, I edited out the Bungo Taiga segment of this video. Although I state in the video itself a disclaimer that I do not know the full story and to not take what I say too seriously, I would rather not be a cause for possible misinformation floating around now that new information was revealed. I'm still in the dark on a lot of details as I heard both sides."
Basically, Nux called them a pedophile for grooming accusations. He called Taiga a pedo for their favorite YouTuber more to their favorite. By the way, so here's another thing. People, I'll actually get to that when we get there in the video.
This event and don't know what to think. I'm sorry if I caused any undue harm.
What does this video got to do with Lolly though? This video seems disorganized. Well, that's part of the problem where I think like Muta was just spitting hot fire and then like didn't try to like, you know, collect any of his shit to like clean up. Like it's a mess.
Side, and they discuss my plan going forward. I hope the truth comes out, be it guilty or innocent, but I intend to set the record straight in the future when I understand the situation. So it's wild as fuck that we're covering pretty serious stories like this, but we don't have the entire story, or at least enough to make a video. That is basically how you bring on actual misinformation. So in this story, Taiga did not appear to be too happy with this entire situation. They actually talked about it again in that VOD I brought up, Nux Taku Can't Stop Lying.
You think I deplatformed him? People are blaming me for deplatforming him? He got banned for sexual content. But you're blaming me for deplatforming him? Destroyed his life? You think I destroyed his life when the video where I talked about apologizing for it has more views than the video where I originally mentioned it like as a throwaway sentence?
Found the image. It's just okay. This is a different thumb. Am I Googling that now? Am I Googling that now?
Over false allegations? I didn't make any allegations. I said what someone else said, and I was wrong to do that. But like, there are so many comments like this everywhere.
I don't particularly think that was ever a great response in the situation. Like, yes, just because you regurgitated what somebody else said, when it comes to something
yeah,
this
serious, that is a bad response, Nux. That is a humongously bad response.
Should have been something that you were 100% on the money for. It's a pretty massive fuck up, and it's not a fuck up that you can just, you know, put in a pinned comment or a, you know, side channel that people, you know, may or may not see. At the
Okay, so I was sent a different thumbnail. So this isn't the thumbnail that Mudahar showed, right? But either way, we would need to see the thumbnail to be sure. Either way, there's like no way. But given from what it might be, it would be like a bestiality hentai. But we don't know for sure until we see it. Right, so we don't know based on what we've seen of the thumbnail.
At the end of the day, when it involves something incredibly serious, like, you know, incredibly serious, like sexual assault stuff, you should 100% correct.
Nux didn't deplatform Taiga. He definitely contributed, but Taiga got outed by the entire VTuber community too. Him telling Moist Critical about Taiga is irrelevant. They operate in separate circles. Yeah, but you know, word travels, right? But also, people are fucking busy. I don't have time every moment of my day to like know everything about everything. So sometimes you defer to people that you know, that you trust, or that are your friends. I will also say the VTuber community is really quick on the gun to out people. It's a lot like the Minecraft community where they're real fast on that take. So even if there was something there, they could have like shot the gun too early type thing.
The record and make a actual real. It doesn't have to be like you slapping yourself in the face in front of it. It just really has to be a sincere.
It's still up in the air if Nux even tried to say Tiger wasn't a pedo to Moist.
Apology.
But ultimately, yeah, they do ride in such separate circles that I don't even imagine how it would be an issue. I could see it being an issue, but it doesn't mean it will be an issue, right? It's just
that, you know, again, you post.
He could start a new VTuber persona and be fine, TBH. A lot of popular VTubers aren't their first iteration character. Yeah, but people are pretty good at finding info and finding who's where and what.
On a main channel. The reason I'm doing this video, for instance, on a main channel is because I really do want to set the record straight. I really don't have anything to hide, and to be honest with you, when it comes to a situation like this, it's best that I set the record straight with my community. I'm not ashamed of involving people that wouldn't know about it. I don't really want to hide things under a rug because I have nothing to hide. You know, at the end of the day, that, to me, is more shady. I've called people out for really bad behavior, and I think this is probably some of the worst that I've seen, especially when it comes to reporting on something that you probably never should have in the first place, especially when it would have cost somebody, you know, a lot of issues down the road, right?
Even the comment section over here isn't entirely happy about the situation, because obviously they say if you know how the internet works, then you'll know why that little clip can end a career of somebody. You said it, people are calling other people's stuff, but it never gets to somewhere because they don't have to reach to. But if some idiot with almost 800k subs, it doesn't matter if 1 million people see it. At least 1/8 of them are going to clip it and repost it, which is really true.
Yeah, that's true. That's the problem with like allegations and stuff like that, and why you want to be absolutely sure. That's really the gist of it. Not like Mudahar's practicing, but he preaches here. Okay.
If you make a serious fuck up like that, I think not only is removing the video a big problem, but you really got to go onto your main channel and address these situations. If you make a fuck up, especially one where you inadvertently end up slandering somebody, you got to cover for that. And the reason I also...
You got to cover for that. And I got to be honest, in my opinion, I feel like Muta is just calling Nux a pedophile in this video. So it's like, do as I say, not as I do.
Bring this situation up is I don't condone any situation where people are this mishandling with the truth, right? It's never good in my opinion, and I cannot ever work with somebody or, again, be friendly with somebody who has made a mistake like this, because ultimately it's fine to make mistakes, but to really just let it fester for this long without actually making right on it, because again, if you ignore something on the internet long enough, there's a good chance that it'll go away, right? If I ignored this whole situation with my fuck up, it would probably have gone away, but that would be very hypocritical of me to do, and that's not something I want to contribute to, at least on my time on the internet. I also feel that for this one person having some exoneration on a channel, you know, where at least if they weren't guilty of really heinous crimes, at least they get their word out, which at least happened over here. So now I want to move on to something related to our podcast.
Sorry, Tyga. The video was taken down anyway. Dude, this is a disaster of a video. Oh my god. Yeah, there was really no... This was like a zero-sum game that Mudahar entered, you know? There was no winning this.
At the time when we were looking at this whole situation, one of the things that conveniently also occurred along the time of the Some Ordinary podcast ending was the Shadman leaks coming out to the entire world. A lot of...
Okay, yeah, Nux straight up did just put porn in that thumbnail. Okay. Nux did just straight up put porn in that thumbnail. I wonder why Nux's channel isn't doing so good these days. I wonder what he could have done that would have ruined the reach of his YouTube channel. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Yeah, I almost put this on 2x speed, but I feel there's a lot of things I want to mention. So, but yeah, I wonder why his channel's not doing so well. I wonder what Nux did that ruined the reach of his channel. In before the next video, YouTube shadow banning me. I could have sworn he's already said that, to be honest.
Creators back
Why did MXR lose his channel? Probably all the coochie pictures he had in his Skyrim thumbnails, guys.
in 2016.
Like, don't get me wrong. I like fucking the Skyrim coochie as much as the next guy, but like, Jesus fucking Christ, you people wonder why you lose your fucking channels.
Would contact and discuss things with Shadman, right? Now, Shadman is a pretty infamous creator that I have
This is the biggest I don't fucking give a fuck part of this. Are we gonna be watching Nux's response video to this? It's literally a podcast where he's talking with a female VTuber who got her titties out, okay? Like, Diesel wins the next body cam stream. I sent you the banger in the thread. We'll probably do one this week.
very much condemned. This is somebody that has drawn actual lolicon material of real individuals, real children, one of those children being Keemstar's kid, and has basically been an open degenerate in the community. Now, the thing is, a lot of creators ended up being friendly with the guy. A lot of people contacted them, and one of them ended up being Nux Taku, who Nux had at the time said, hey, probably this guy, right? A bit too middle school. You know, when Shadman is saying a bit too middle school, I want to collab. LMAO, no, but your heart's in the right place. Understandable, have a nice day. Now, when I asked Nux about this, obviously...
shows Muta backpedal, Nux actively hiding videos and being a degenerate monster.
Yeah, I saw some of those. I saw the, like, Muta backpedal, yeah, and I will bring that up as well. And yet, Nux taking down the Zero video was fucking stupid. I don't know why he did that. Alright, I don't know why he did. I don't give a fuck if he's a degenerate. I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care. Dude, commentary, this is the most autistic shit about commentary, and I fucking can't stand it. These motherfuckers act like they don't, like, jerk off or nothing, right? But then I talk to these fucking people in private, and they're all just as bad as the people. They're like, these people are degenerate freaks. And I'm just like, bro, you are the degenerate freaks. The fucking call is coming from inside the house. God damn!
A call, he pretty much told me that this was going to be an interview where he was going to troll and, grill Shadman. Now, obviously, it didn't happen, so I can't confirm or deny if this was actually going to be the truth. But the thing about it is obviously, as this was happening, this was on the consideration of the podcast ending. So I was on somebody's channel known as Chud Logic, who actually talked about the situation. I actually ended up going onto his channel and saying something that I probably shouldn't have, because this situation regarding the podcast was very fluid, and I'll explain that in a bit. But I want you to hear this clip so I can better explain it and also acknowledge a fuck up I made. That's never okay.
Okay. Are you going to keep on with the podcast?
No, we would cancel the podcast. It's not happening. The podcast is done.
This is hard because obviously, people want me
podcast is done. Yeah, podcast is done now.
Yeah, I don't know why Muta is rushing to give an answer here. This is like the most insane shit. I don't think he really had a full-on answer. And he's just saying this, the Chud. So here's what I think, right? Here's what I think. And it's just me pontificating here, right? And then why Muta might be making this opinion. I think Muta is, he'll hop on these streams. Streaming is a humongous part of the drama community now, right? And I think Muta was freaking out and thinking he needed to address this right away. And he hopped on Chud and told Chud what he wanted to hear. That's what I was thinking, right? Where he's like, oh, I don't want my peers in the space to report on me and make me look bad. So I'm just going to tell them what I want to hear to try and avoid them ripping me apart. Right?
Wait, what?
But that's why I think he was doing this, right? That's why I think Muta was saying a lot of specific things to people like Turkey Tom and Chud Logic and Nicholas the Oreo. So you think Muta is a pussy? I don't think Muta... There's no real fucking strong opinion on it either way, personally. He just shouldn't have rushed to make a response. I get why he did, right? We all worry about the opinions of our peers. I think that's a reasonable thing to have, right? But it's whether or not you overreact and then just lie to, placate them.
What?
Yeah, the podcast is over. We are not filming the last episode. It's over.
Is that
But yeah, I think like him saying that, I think he's saying that with the intention of like, will Chuddle want to hear this?
are you serious?
Yeah, we're not doing the podcast anymore. It's done.
Why?
We're supposed to film on Tuesday. Well, there's a couple reasons for it. A lot of that was obviously some of the shad stuff too, because we were kind of sitting there. We're like, me and Caleb, we were just like, this is, I don't know, it's weird. The other thing was we just want to redo things, maybe like 2 months down the road or something.
Like it does really sound like they just wanted an excuse. Like part of it also does sound like Muta wanted an excuse to drop Nux from the podcast, but just didn't want to be like, you're gone. Right? Or maybe there was like a contractual issue. I don't think we know the actual reason the Some Ordinary podcast stopped. Like what Muta says later on in this video, part of it's probably the contractual things, but
So this is a pretty big point.
I feel like Muta just holds the opinions of his audiences too highly. I don't know. No, I think Muta is too worried about the opinions of the other creators in drama. Right? Because me not having a strong opinion on this, I'll be honest. Me not having a strong opinion on this and caring or wanting to like grab the pitchforks and take Nux off the platform or something, right? That's a pretty outrageous opinion to have in commentary. Like if I was going with like the common consensus, it's Nux a freak, get this fucking guy out of here, Muta's being a snake, right? But I thought about it after talking with my mods, and I'm just like, I don't actually give a shit what like Chud or one of the other guys covering this thinks. Like, I have my own takes on it, and I think I'm entitled to those. But I think Muta was getting into a position where he cared too much about what the other creators were going to say about him. And he didn't want to be in that position where he was the guy everybody was talking about.
And one that I can finally really discuss. Now, obviously, if you listen to that, it kind of sounds like I'm snaking him. I give him an answer where it says, there's a lot of reasons, but a lot of it is the shadman stuff, which at the time, as this was kind of breaking down, everyone...
Like, I don't even... If a majority of the podcast ending was the shadman stuff, like half of the guests that ended up on Some Ordinary Podcast were also a problem.
One of the community was going, whoa, you're connecting with this guy, you're talking to him. Yeah, that kind of was one thing that was brought up. But obviously in a call that, I guess I had with Nux personally, this was discussed as like a collaboration effort. There was another huge thing that I wasn't really privy to discuss at the time. Now, the podcast ended for, again, us not actually owning any.
From what I understand, the core audience of the podcast hated Nux. I think, like I said earlier, I just think the anime community and like the VTubing community don't mesh well with commentary. Not at all. I just don't think they mesh well at all. Though I think just inherently, just on the basis of the community's existence, that they're always going to be antagonistic towards each other. I don't think there's ever going to be a reasonable middle ground that could be reached between the two communities. The anime community doesn't mesh well with the anime community.
Of it. So to give you an idea about how it works, right? The company that I was with at the time, the management company...
I can give you a personal example. There was somebody I used to hang out with. I don't hang out with them anymore, but they were talking about somebody who was an old school, and we're talking about lore that's like 4 or 5 years old. And that's crazy to consider you're a commentary guy who VTubes. Yeah, but I'm always kind of like doing my own thing separate from the other people. Like I have people who are commentary friends, but I don't usually get included in like the core community of people. But yeah. So I there was this guy I was hanging out with, and he was telling me about this young lady who was originally in Augie's community. Right? I'm not going to tell you who this is. There was a young lady in Augie's community, and she ended up getting a drama in Augie's community. By the way, you ever notice how the drama community always has drama that's like insularly created, right? But she got catfished, and I'm sure you can figure out who this is. But she got catfished, and it turned out to be a minor. She got catfished, and it turned out to be a minor, and she accidentally sent like ass pics to a minor, not knowing they were a minor. She left the internet when she found out.
Nano Zebra, they managed.
She fucked off and left. Reverse grooming. She was like 19, 20, something like that when it happened. But she fucked off after that happened. And she ended up coming back to the internet. Nobody knew it was her. She came back as a VTuber. She's actually a very successful VTuber now. Okay. Right, but man, I can't believe they felt the need to catfish. Mining is a very commendable profession. Right, of course. Yeah, so they left, they went to go become a VTuber. They're a very successful VTuber. Right? And they do their thing now, right? And they mind their own business, doing their VTuber thing. They fucked off. And even though they did everything you're supposed to do, leave the internet for a long time, start a new career in a new like section of the internet, just be a totally different person, right? But this guy was like, I know who it is, and then purposefully went out of his way to be like, I know who you are, and to just like scare the shit out of this random fucking person on the internet. It was like, you can't even leave. Okay, this is a fucking Hotel California of fucking internet, dude. God, I gotta wonder how many people outed as Preds. I don't, frankly, remembering the drama, I don't even think the girl is a fucking pedophile. Okay, all right, I don't. All right, but it's like insane to like, you know, you leave, you do everything that commentary says you should do. You know, at some point, there's got to be like a statute of limitations when you can come back to the fucking internet. But we're talking like a 4 or 5 year age gap from when she got in trouble to when she left. Okay? And I think this is like a 19, 20, and then like a 16 or something like that. Like age gap between the girl and the guy. But yeah, it's like she fucked off. She went to go do something else. But even though she fucked off and went to go do something else, she still couldn't come back and do something else. 19 to 16 is a 3 year age gap. Yeah, I was talking about the gap between when she got outed and then when she came back. Right? But there's like stuff like that, or it's like when do we put our hands up and go, okay, you can come back to the internet now, right? Like when we put our hands up, when's it okay to come back? She got cam nuggets. Now that guy goons way too much, okay. Way too much gooning from Cam Nuggets. Didn't Keemstar say that Matt Jarbo was exiled for 10 years? Well, the thing is, even if Matt wanted to come back in any like reasonable capacity to making content genuinely, okay, he couldn't. It will his moment will follow him to the end of time. There is no coming back. But there should be a point when he's able to come back, right? Like, I think there should be a point when people are able to come back. He'll forever be the Boulder Man. Well, honestly, I think the N-word song he did with Polly the Polar Bear was way better.
My channel, and specifically Oompaville's channel. Now, if you notice towards the tail end of the podcast, Oompaville really wasn't showing up for a lot of episodes. There was actually a point where, like, it would be like 1 week out of the month he would actually make an appearance. And it wasn't because, you know, all of a sudden there was some falling out between us or anything. It was that there
Diesel, can we have a goon roll on? No, I'm not giving you a goon roll on Discord.
was a behind the scenes issue with Nano Zebra and how some of the things on the podcast.
So it's like now Muta's talking about how a lot of this was an issue regarding the talent agency that owned Some Ordinary Podcast, and it's just like, you know, it's just what. So what is it, right? The question being begged is, why is the podcast ending? Is it because of Nux and Shadman?
Was done. I believe payment wasn't really necessarily brought towards Oompaville.
The goon roll removes access to the VC.
And they had like another deal that wasn't really met well. Now, at the time, me, Oompaville, Isaiah, Tom, Brandon were out filming in Texas, and Wendigoon actually brings up, you know, how things are going over at mana.gg, another talent agency. So me and Caleb kind of get like a little pitch out of it, and we basically want to work with this Mana group because they're going to do a lot more things in the future that would help us with ventures we want going into our channel into 2025 and beyond. So me and Caleb effectively just cut ties with Nano Zebra. We fill in our resignations, and we move on to Mana, and this...
So now it sounds like the podcast is ending because they wanted to end it, and they wanted to do something else. And that something else didn't include Nux Taku. So it's like, okay, what's the fucking... Like, what's the fucking reason? What's the fucking reason the podcast ended? Okay, now Muta's giving two different reasons for the podcast ending, right? So you see why people were irritated with Muta's answer now? Where now it sounds like there's two separate things that don't have any fucking thing in common?
Happened around 3 to 4 months ago. So as this happened, the podcast was under management, and, you know, again...
Notice how they say me and Caleb as maybe there was pushback from Nux? Well, they probably didn't want to include Nux. Like, and even as people have said, you know, people didn't like Nux being on Some Ordinary Podcast. They didn't want him included in whatever future venture they had, which is fine. Which is fine. I used to have YouTubers I did ventures with that I don't do stuff with them anymore. That's normal.
I believe partial.
It's another thing to make it like public discourse. Like, why the fuck would I, as a talent agency, want to work with Mudahar when he's discussing our internal business discussions on a video where he's dropping a friend?
If not near full ownership of Nano Zebra. So at the time, it was like, hey, what do we do about this podcast, right? Like, do we fight for rights for it? And obviously, not really. You don't need to. If you're the main talent, the 3 big people, you are the draw for the show. So it really became a situation where me and Caleb said, yeah, fuck it. We'll just make a new show, and we'll move it to a new location, hopefully something IRL, obviously, where, you know, it kind of has more of a professional feel, and one that we can obviously manage better. The podcast wasn't the perfect managed podcast ever. There was moments where guests would show up literally like last minute, and a lot of those guests...
Yeah, so that Some Ordinary Podcast was like not a well-ran podcast, you know, like... So also, this is like kind of a dig at Gamer from Mars, because that's Gamer from Mars' talent agency that they're talking about, Nano Zebra. And it was known that Gamer from Mars was the producer, which means he was in charge of getting guests. So now Muta's just making Gamer from Mars look like an asshole.
It actually did come because of Nux's massive collaborative efforts. Some of the guests I brought, some of the guests Caleb brought, but it was not something where we even had a docket for a lot of the shows, right? It was really just we showed up, we yapped. The yapping wasn't exactly structured, and there were some episodes you could probably look at and realize they were pretty fucking phoned in. So at the end of the day, the podcast ended pretty inconveniently timed with this whole Shadman stuff. Now, obviously,
pretty inconveniently timed. So they're not related at all. That just so happens to be serendipitously happening at the same time. Then, like, why even mention it as like a reason for the dropping of Nux?
We did, or at least I looked into the Nux stuff myself too, the Shadman stuff, because there wasn't really any collaboration, never really went anywhere. It didn't become the, you know, sole focus reason. But yeah, the actual reasons for why this podcast ended were a lot of boring business stuff. We just didn't own it. So it was a lot better for us to make a new podcast, make an entire... entirely new name out of it, and me and Caleb can move that going forward. And obviously, somebody else can come on that is not Nux, but you understand now the real situation. Now, at the time, I couldn't really bring this up because when you're leaving a contract and you're leaving a company and you're going to a new company, you really don't want to disparage somebody, not because it's not the legal thing to do, but also it's just not something you want to.
Well, not, but it just sounds like you're disparaging Nux and tons of other fucking people. Like,
do, right? It's just not really professional at all. You don't want to disparage another company. You don't want to like go out
like this video is disparaging to Nano Zebra. Like,
and make things look worse than they really are. It really was a pretty amicable breakup. We left, we moved to a new company, and underneath that new company, or really under our company,
the only good episode of the podcast are the ones where Keem would shit on Nux. Keem and Nux hated each other, dude.
We're going to bring back this podcast with obviously, different branding and whatnot. So that's really the fucking boring answer that it took me months to really tell you. And it took me months because now I've completely severed ties with Nano Zebra, and I've been with Mana GG for, I want to say 3 months at this point, like officially signed on. So yeah, that's really the answer. Now, in the case of Chud Logic, who did in fact take the words that I had put out and had relayed them, he really felt that I kind of snaked him and gave him misinformation or outright lied to him. And the reality of it is, honestly, the situation was just so fluid at the time that we didn't even...
If the situation was just so fluid on the time, Muta, you shouldn't have gone on stream. You didn't need to rush. I understand you were worried what people were going to think of you. I mean, I'm guessing that's what was going through your fucking head. But like, Jesus fucking Christ, why did you rush to make a decision then?
Know that things like the last episode were going to be filmed, right? And ultimately that last episode did end up
like
getting
he ended up making Chud look like an asshole because he just said random fucking nonsense.
So things kind of did end on a, regular
Hug Shaker podcast featuring Chris the Dark. Make it happen.
note. But when it came to Chud, there's definitely an apology that I feel I should give there, right? Like, I could argue this and I could keep fighting it, but at the end of the day, I do feel that, obviously, if what I have said has led to some wronging for another person, then I am not above an apology. Look, I'm not too big to fail or too egotistical to realize when what I've done can have consequences for other people, and for that, I do humbly apologize.
Yeah, so Keem hated Nux way before that. That was like something that Keem was like, I knew it, everyone who I hate is always the bad guy. But like, Keem didn't fucking know it, right? That's like one of those moments where Keemstar gets lucky, and it just so happens that like a person he hates has done something that is like reprehensible type thing.
Apologize. And that's really where I want to kind of leave things at. So, sorry, Chud.
Now, one comment that I saw on Reddit that I want to address too, because obviously this is a pretty good reflection of...
Keem's a very humble man. He'll tell you himself in great detail. Yeah, Keem just hated Nux on the basis of like Nux being annoying. That was really it. That was really the basis of it, dude.
somebody that is very properly critical of me, right? Somebody that is
But the
actually
Shad stuff didn't come until way later.
hitting me with hard questions. So one user, Nostra Clonoa, says, personally, if
Dude, this is the worst. Dude like is like so this gets hit by the Reddit Automon, and he reads this very like ridiculous post and then approves it. And it is the most insane. Muta, this is like the example of like things you shouldn't like give the time of day to. Okay? Right? Cuz like
if you're asking me, I think
This
it's
is
weird that you don't
insane.
look into the background history of your
Fucking
friends
insane.
and the people
Also, when I make friends with people on the internet, or I make friends with other YouTubers, sometimes I meet YouTubers at parties and we become friends. Sometimes I meet YouTubers in like a social situation. And so I'm not like actively looking at what people do. I'll go, oh, you do that? That's cool. That's cool. I do this. And that's it. Right? So that happens all the time, actually. Right? I don't look up the background history of all the people I'm friends with. I don't do that. Now, obviously, if something happens, I'll give my opinion on it. If if it's needed for me to give my opinion, I'm not just going to give my opinion because some glub shitto asked me to give my opinion. Like, people wanted me to give an opinion on Quite. I didn't give an opinion on Quite because I said, I'm not giving it a fucking opinion. Okay? Right? But I'm not like, and this is a fun fact, guys. I don't watch any other commentary tubers. I don't watch commentary YouTube. I don't watch commentary YouTube at all, chat. At all. Okay? I don't. I don't fucking want to watch other people that do the same content as me. Not even Xylee. No! I love Xylee. I don't fucking watch Xylee's content. I don't know what Xylee's opinions are on everything. There's a good chance she and I disagree on this. I don't fucking know. I'm not going to look. I don't care. You know, she's allowed to have her fucking opinions. Don't lie, Diesel. You don't get invited to parties. Nick, yesterday, I worked with a guy for 3 years and never watched any of his content. Yeah, dude. I don't. Like, when I became friends with Chris, I watched like 1 or 2 streams of Chris and then hit him up. You know? Or like Beckett. You know how I met Beckett? It was through a Discord server, and we started geeking out about D&D, and then we were instantly homies. Okay, I had a bro crush instantly. All right? That was it. I didn't watch any of Beckett's content. I also didn't care about numbers at all. Numbers didn't play a role at all. But I was just like, oh, he's into the same things I am. Oh, that's awesome. Sure, let's be friends. I didn't go, hold on, let me look up your history now. I need to make sure that you're not going to be a problematic person for me.
You're just perfectly fine platforming. Again, we kind of did a podcast together. Everyone was a sizable creator. I don't really think that it is specifically me platforming, right? This is just 3 larger.
I get that, but you wouldn't disavow Xylee, then reavow, making the disavow person look crazy, and then weeks later disavow her again. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying is that Muta should have, and this is something I keep saying, is that Muta should just have resisted the urge to hop on stream. But again, I think he was trying to seek validation from other contemporaries in the field. That's what I think. I don't know, but that's what I think.
Creators at the time. You allowed Mama Max to run rampant for years. Again, I wasn't the only large creator that worked with Mama Max or collaborated or, you know, at some point patted him on the back. The reality of it is there was plenty of creators. I was just one of the guys that came out and really absolutely threw him through the ringer, as I'm doing with Nux with this condemnation, and again, an explanation as to my side of the situation. The reality of it is I don't have to come out and make these videos, but I choose to because I believe being accountable is important. And I'd be a total hypocrite because I call other people out on crazy shit. And if I'm willing to completely sweep things under the rug and pretend like things don't exist or show you actual things, then I am a pretty big fucking hypocrite on my own. So you blindly believe the allegations against Magnetar, which I apologize for, especially. You blindly believe the Night Docs was a creep, and you blindly let a guy like...
So, like, and then it's like, when I have a friend who comes to me and tells me something, I can't know everything on everyone. And that's, like, not to okay Mama Max just straight up lying about motherfuckers because he's a crazy person, right? But I will tell you this, right? I put my trust in the content that my friends cover to cover it right, so then I reach out to them and I go, I don't know what's going on with this drama. Can you give me the TLDR? I've done it with Xylee. I've done it with Beckett. I've done it with Chris. All 3 of them, I've been like, what is this drama? Can you just tell me? I don't fucking know. And I don't, like, I have to just trust that they're being truthful with me. But I do put my trust in those people, right? Like, Mama Max had a friendship and had a credibility with Muta, so of course Muta's going to trust his opinion. Does that mean it's okay for Muta to just blindly, like, believe people? No, but on the same respects, like, you can't expect everybody to be an expert in every single internet drama ever, okay? We all have things that we're good at and that we can talk about and we can cover. I don't cover the same things Beckett covers because there are things I understand and know about that Beckett doesn't know about, or there are things that I don't, you know, it's like we all have beats, Okay? Like, we can't just think that, oh, Muta knew all of the lies that Max was spreading and then chose to agree with him because Max was his friend. He probably agreed with Max because Max was his friend, and he didn't really have time in his personal life to litigate every single glupshido drama that's going on.
Taku openly discuss and show freak shit in his thumbnails. Again, I don't control another person and their YouTube account, so I don't know what I can do with their thumbnails. But again, it's something that I do condemn, especially when these thumbnails are slightly changed.
If you ever want to cover the ACC, you could go to Beckett. That's why I don't really cover the ACC, because I don't understand it. People like Thuman, people like Beckett, they understand it better. They just do. I don't. Okay? I was touching the ACC a little bit. Leo Convoy hits me up in the DMs, and I go, Leo Convoy's in my DMs. What do I do? Because I don't fucking know shit about Leo Convoy, dude.
Again,
I think people forget a lot of these allegations were thrown out during an amicable podcast. Imagine hosting a chill podcast, talking shit, and then having a fact-check drama in the middle of it. Exactly.
I don't think they should have ever been used in the first place, and I don't want to work with somebody that believed these thumbnails were a good choice in the first place. You actively don't look into the folks you trust, and you just blindly allow them to say whatever without having critical thought about a single bit of it. So again, I don't really watch a lot of content creators.
Dude, I cannot imagine being fucking locked in 24/7 when you're just chatting shit with your homies. Oh my god.
I collaborate with, and
I'm sorry. You're just a fucking Reddit comment. What the fuck do you know what you're talking about, dude? Oh, Jesus.
nobody really does, okay? Like, at the end of the day, when it came to Nux's channel, here I'm signed on with my actual YouTube account, and if it's one thing that you'll see, usually under videos, there'll be like a red bar.
Dude, the Illuminati. Illuminati, dude.
I don't have a red bar under basically any of these videos. I think the only video I have an actual red bar in this is probably, I showed YouTubers the most cultured clips, which I actually browsed through just for the sake of, again, this video. So yeah, Nux is somebody that I did a podcast with.
Dude, poor Mudahar. Mudahar is here in the thumbnail with the metamorphosis girl. Oh, dude.
But it's not that I watched any of this content beforehand, right? Again, this was somebody that was very popular in a community of people beyond just anime and VTubing, and it...
That fucking thumbnail is so fucking cursed. Dude, I understand we're like, I don't know. So we got some anime people here, some commentary people here. If you know what metamorphosis is, you know why that's insane, okay?
led some credibility. And again, the only reason I'm making this video now is to take accountability and to really, again, condemn the behavior that this person actually exhibited. Again, that's really the reality of it. Even if you look at other friends of mine like Oompaville, you can see literally I watch the content that I'm interested in, right? Like Mr. Beast's response, him saying he's retiring, Fuzi crash outs, a sad AI situation, Smart Schoolboy 9. These are things that I actually watch, right? Guys like Wendigoon, great friend, love Isaiah. But I think the only video out of his that I've watched is probably the disturbing and controversial video game Iceberg, and more specifically, Fate 3D. Isaiah's more a video gaming YouTuber for me, especially when he covers things like this. And this goes for a lot of my favorite YouTube friends, okay? I like Moist Critical, don't watch every single Charlie video out there. In fact, I don't really watch much of YouTubers unless it comes to really, really specific things like speedrunning or, I don't know, 4-hour-long video game retrospect.
Exactly. Here, I'll show you guys my recommended. Right, I might be signed on in Diesel IRL, and that one I have it specifically designed to show me commentary content. Okay, I'm not. All right, let's see. I'll watch Pippa occasionally. I was watching a video about Monopoly Cheaters Edition. That's part 2. I'm gonna watch that after I'm done with this. I've been watching a lot of Northern Lion clips recently. I was watching lore about Skyrim because I fall asleep to that. I was watching some videos on I'm trying to wake up earlier. So my recommended has a bunch of that. Street photography stuff because I want to go shoot street again. It's been a while. Yeah, different camera equipment. Fucking a lot of different. I got the Sony ZV-1 during Black Friday. It's super cool too, actually. It came in already. I have it in my hands right now. Stuff about D&D is usually in my recommended. Stuff about Warhammer ends up in my recommended a lot. You got Major Kill right there. That's another person. LGR. Fucking like managing notebooks and stuff like that. Like language learning stuff, because I've been practicing my Spanish really strong. Me and the ladies are all doing that together. I don't fucking watch commentary. If you haven't noticed, there's no fucking commentary here. I watched a 6-hour review of WoW Classic. Okay. Oni plays. Op Block was on there, yeah. This is a great video about what Scott Cawthon was doing before FNAF. I do have Duolingo, yes. Diesel can't even speak Spanish. You don't deserve to be called Papi. Yo hablo español un pequeño, pero yo aprendo español en Duolingo. There we go. That was as good as I could do. Diesel, stop. You're making me blush. Yeah, I don't want to fucking listen to fucking commentary shit when I'm sitting here minding my own fucking business. Un poquito. Un poquito is like, un poquito is one moment, right? No. Pero is like but, right? Diesel watches Cope and see. I watch back it very occasionally to figure out what's going on. A tiny bit. Okay. Are you watching Puerto Rican Spanish videos? Because Puerto Rican Spanish is kind of different too. No, because I want to speak Spanish proper, like. Start watching Tyler. I guess I just kind of don't understand what commentary actually is. Is it right-wing dudes talking about drama, reviewing games, making fun of other people online? It's center-right 20-year-old men talking about drama and making fun of people online. That's what it is. That's what it is. The majority of them are pretty young. The older guys tend to do a little better.
And again, this isn't really
sometimes. Muta is an exception right now, obviously.
a defense. I most definitely should have actually been vetting people. And that's why going into, again, the future of my channel, I definitely want to keep collaborations to a minimum. I can't keep making a mistake like this because, again...
I want to keep collaborations to a minimum. Guys, you notice that I don't go on many other people's things? That's on purpose. Because I don't want people to be like, Diesel approves of some psycho behavior. Right? But that's just how you have to be. You know, I have people that I like to fucking hang with. But I don't want to have it, like, litigated by the internet.
And if you're going to make mistakes, you got to fucking learn from them. If you actively looked into Nux, you'd spot the weird pattern of shit that follows the man, especially with Mama Max. I don't know if it's a bias you have, but if you're going to be critical of others, which I am, expect people to be critical of you when you platform weirdos and don't actually vet them. And I totally understand that criticism, and it's not something I want to actually keep happening in the future, okay? So if you make a video and then act whoever, genuine...
So he's
if
like,
you ignore that, that's on
he's
you.
basically like slurping, giving the sloppy toppy to his Reddit post. That's really what he's doing, and I think it's ridiculous. And then we get to the end of this Reddit post, and he does the most like chronically online shit ever.
Says removed by Reddit, which, to be honest with you, Nostra Klonoa, this wasn't me hiding anything. I'm just gonna hit approve on that.
Oh God, cringe.
Because this shit absolutely drives me insane. I think we've got to change the automod settings at some point.
Oh my god, dude. The real problem here is that you're using Reddit, Muda. It's Reddit.
Now, obviously, I want to address some other like power round criticism before we end this off. Lol, fuck Muta. Dude's been a hypocrite forever as well.
Why does he give a shit? Why does he give a shit, Muta? Muta, why do you care, dude?
Dude virtue signals over cartoons, but loves watching beheading videos. So I want to also address this statement as well. Now, on the podcast, I talked about a morbid curiosity that I have with like beheading videos, like cartel stuff on the internet. And I feel like I have to explain this a little bit more. My morbid curiosity comes from the fact that for a long time, for years on this...
He's getting one guide. God, okay. Then he talks about how he's like interested in drug cartels on social media, which is fine, whatever. Sometimes I like to watch war footage on YouTube, and it's definitely, I shouldn't be watching that shit because it's totally bad for my brain, but I'm gonna watch it anyway because guns are cool sometimes.
Throw up even thinking about these situations. So I don't watch these things for fun, but to give you a context about it, when I do come across this stuff...
Oh, Jesus Christ, Muta. What the fuck? This is so fucking cringe. This is so fucking cringe. Like, I understand why people are annoyed about this. I'm probably annoyed about it for different reasons. But I really think that Muta shouldn't have been, like, readdressing this and readdressing this and readdressing this and readdressing this. Okay? It's like, this is one of those examples where you take a long time to give an answer, you give an answer, and it's concise and short and to the point.
Literally to the side.
Right? This is what always happens, and you know, you've seen it from some people. And Killjoy, I can't believe I don't have you as like a mod here, but I'm gonna give you the wrench now because sometimes you say things I want to see them. But lol. Killjoy #1 mods. I think that's what's looping in his head. It's not always easy to think outside the box. Yay for Killjoy. Killjoy modded without server mod? I don't know, only if Killjoy asked for it, I guess. Oh yeah. I'm not a server mod either. Yeah, but you were at one point, and also Rina, sometimes you say things that I also want to see. Yeah, Killjoy keeps racking up wrenches. But yeah, it's just like this is like nonsense stuff. This is just all nonsense. Nonsense.
South of the border, and it's insane it's gone on this long. Now, obviously, I'm ending this video off on, you know, again, Nux Taku is somebody that I have...
Chat's to 80% blue at this point. Well, they're here all the time at the same time, which is good, you know. I'd rather my mods be here than not, which is crazy because they have, like, jobs and stuff.
Considered a friend at one point, but honestly, with a lot of these new things that have sort of come and resurfaced and people have brought these things up...
See, and then, like, Muta just says it, right? With all these things that came and resurfaced.
...to my attention. It's not something I feel...
Like, I can't be friends with Nux anymore because of these things. So, literally, you just can't be friends with Nux because people are relitigating the drama? Are you fucking kidding me? I would rather Muta be friends with Nux and be like, okay, well, I know Nux, and he's not a bad person. Fuck you. Than him sitting here and being like, oh, I'm dropping Nux because they keep relitigating the drama. Dude, just be like, I don't fucking... Like, he clearly took it back. He clearly doesn't agree with that sentiment anymore based off of some of the recent stuff we've seen. So it's like he literally just did it because Reddit was like on his ass.
...comfortable really even like looking at, okay? I don't like lowly stuff, and honestly, in a lot of these clips where, again, Nux with me involved in these sort of competitions or these sort of like collaborations is not something I'm okay with. It's not something I like being attributed to, and it's something that I 100% condemn. So as far as there being a bridge between me and Nux Taku, it doesn't exist. And it won't ever exist. And honestly, looking at some of these clips again and some of these thumbnails that have been changed around, And again, some of these other situations involving
Really, I mean, ultimately, I think at the end of the day, really, I just think that maybe Nux shouldn't do commentary, right? Like, now Nux is gonna be chased around forever. But even if Nux continues doing VTubing reporting, I don't think it's gonna... Does anybody give a shit about Nux's VTubing reporting? There's like him, there's False ID, and there's Kyo. I don't know any other VTube reporters. Flamenco could have been that guy too, but he's too stupid, right? So wait, Nux changed the thumbs to be safe for work. What's the fucking issue? He only changed the thumbnails after he got called out for it. Which, like, what else are you going to do, right? Like, you're gonna have to change them if you're being called out for them. Does that not, like, is that not the correct thing to do? They're all pretty hated, I know, but like, those are the reporters I know of. Rev says Desu. Yeah, but Rev is more like reactionary commentary. But yeah, I don't know. It's like Nux was gonna have to change the thumbnails if people were bringing it up. So it's like, I don't know what the correct answer is. Like I said earlier, it's a zero-sum game. You play it and you're just fucked either way.
other VTubers that feel very wronged in these situations regarding Nux Taku, I don't feel comfortable ever associating with this person. And regardless of whatever past or friendship that I've had, whatever that led to a blind spot, I do 100% take accountability for my fuck-ups being part of some of these collaborations, competitions, these game shows, okay? You know, there's plenty of larger creators
I get bad vibes from Rev too.
that have collaborated with Nux, and I'm not going to make a giant spiel and say everyone should be guilty by association. All I'm here for...
What annoys me is Nux lied about it, and he could have just said, I no longer agree with it, and that'd be fine. Yeah, Nux could have said that. Nux could have been like, you're right, those thumbnails are bad. I'll change them. That's it. Diesel, you don't understand. He did that in the first place. Therefore, he's evil forever. Dude, it's like, it's fucking, like I said, zero-sum game. There's no fucking playing it on the internet and coming out, you know? That didn't even register in my mind until I think it was Killjoy that said it. But it's like, yeah, at what point what are you gonna do?
is saying that I am definitely in the wrong for even contributing or watching any of the...
It's Nux being a weird snake about it that annoys me. So should he announce that he's changing the thumbnails? Like, what's... Like, how do we litigate this thumbnail issue, right? How do we reach an amicable solution? Like, what is the answer then? You know? I could get... Yeah, like, give an update. I think, okay, personally, I think if you need to give an update for changing a thumbnail, it's gone too far. I think it's already too much, really. But if that's what gets them off the back, then sure. People change thumbnails all the time. Why is it so important when Nux does it? Dude, I go through periodically and change my thumbnails. Like, because you get better at making thumbnails, you switch out the old ones with new ones, and then sometimes the videos get views.
This kind of illegal content. Had I known it at the time, I would have stepped away immediately. But
not doing it again is a start. That too.
I really, honest to God, didn't. And whether people think that I'm playing dumb or I'm not being 100% truthful, you're never going to win over people that never want to side with you. But I just want to get my piece out there. I also want to end this video off by saying that to any of the creators that have made videos on me and covered this whole situation, regardless of whatever thumbnails have been brought up or titles or any of these situations, I want to apologize to people like Chud Logic in this situation.
You know what? The more I think about it, the more incredibly if this is like the basis of the harmful opinions video, that's like super fucking soy. Like ultimately, it's like Nux can just change these fucking things.
Because I really do feel like I did wrong you, obviously, with my misspeaking.
I agree Nux should change them, but it's like, let's not like sit here and act a gasp. Like
my misstatements. I shouldn't have even said anything in the first place, and if I've hurt you or your career in this entire process, then I humbly apologize with it, okay? I know that, things probably wouldn't, smooth over, but I think an apology is due, and I think you got to be man enough to apologize, when you have to. Now, when it comes to creators that have made videos on me being critical of me on this subject, I don't want to obviously come across as somebody that was sweeping it, under the rug or pretending to ignore it the entire time. Look, if you make a video on me being critical about me, I am totally okay with that.
Muta apologized to Chud like 4 times. Well, that's why I think it's like about Muta being worried about what his contemporaries think of him.
Have obviously been critical
because he harps on that multiple times
of other people in the past. This is not something that is completely out of my wheelhouse. For the creators that have made videos on me calling me out for it, it is something that, again, I thank you for. Accountability is...
This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Muta, this video is so fucking bad.
is very important. Policing this community is very important. And when people make fuck-ups, you gotta at least be able to address those fuck-ups and own them. And I do definitely own my mistakes on, again, watching any of this lolicon with Nux Taku. I didn't know it at the time, but honestly, reviewing it and this footage and these clips, yeah, it shouldn't have been something that I was ever a part of in the first place. And I do 100% take full accountability for that, okay? Massive, massive fucking L on my part. But it's not something that I absolutely want to bring up as something that is malicious on my end, okay?
This drama is so fucking stupid. Not only is Muta a fucking moron, Nux is a fucking moron, and commentary as a whole is fucking stupid, dude. This doesn't need to be so outrageous. God. Just own your mistakes. Just tell us the facts because it feels like cope. This feels like cope, dude. I get why he took it down, but then on the same token, you shouldn't have taken it down. And it's just like, this is just ridiculous. Ugh, God, dude. This is so fucking stupid. Like, I can't imagine being so fucking performatively upset about this shit either. Soy. Y'all got an amazing pedo bust with Dan Burst, but this is what you're focusing on. I just want a genuine opinion on this drama by these people. I have a feeling there's some contractual stuff that's keeping people from saying what they want. But it's like this whole like treating Nux Taku like he's Jeffrey Epstein, yeah, like is just fucking ridiculous. Like, which is no, commentary does guilt by association all the time. They act like they don't, but they do. Okay, they do, dude. It's all the fucking time. I feel like it could have been a 5-minute video where he's like, I'd rather not. Okay, if you make a video where you're like, I'm not gonna hang out with this YouTuber anymore, you should explode. You should explode. For like soy ordinary gamers, that one's funny. Okay. Diesel, talk about the Jaden animations obsession Nux has. I ain't defending that one. Oh my god. I'm trying to pick my words carefully. I really am. But what pressure? He was already looking into Nux and dropped them months ago. Based off of what he, like I said, I think Muta's just saying what people want to hear. I think Muta got into this. Listen, man, if you were in the hot seat for drama, guys, would you want to be in a phone call live to an audience with Chud Logic, Nicholas the Oreo, and Turkey Tom? Hmm?
Okay, I'm frustrated. I just need to show you this. This is a clip of me, Tom, Mudahar, and Chud Logic duking it out and talking about the Nux drama. Listen to what Muda says right here.
All this energy, and now it just feels awkward.
I mean, I don't know. I think it's a good fucking confrontation. I sent the fucking stuff over to Nux. I think like he should have a good explanation for it. If he doesn't, then we shouldn't be working together. I think the Tom perspective is good. It's like I'm gonna watch this video, and I like to believe that me and Tom have a pretty similar worldview going forward and how we perceive things. And if Tom says that, then fuck him. There's a 99% chance.
Does this sound like a guy who's been pressured? Does this sound like a guy who hasn't come up with this idea on his own? If your answer is, well, this sounds like it's his genuine like opinion and something he wants to do, well, why did it happen in August? It's fucking December. Bro, there's no Hassan here, motherfucker. Nobody...
Yeah, so the Hassan part of this comes up because of like a completely, from what I know, it's like a pre-Nux clarity video thing. Like Nux covered it on a stream, but it was like it was prior to this. It was prior to this. So I think the Hassan thing is like a misnomer.
He's putting pressure on you. You wanted to do this. This has been sitting in the back.
But yeah, I do think Muta freaked like the fuck out because all of his contemporaries were like, actually. But yeah, I will say Nux made a video defending Zero. And I'm not going to defend that at all. That is completely indefensible. But from what I know, Nux has no idea what he's talking about 90% of the time. From what I hear, Nux is a very bad reporter. So he commented on it, and he didn't do any research. And so he ended up defending Zero. Womp womp. Oh, and then here's Nux's response to it. Did you know that Nux used Jaden Animations porn in one of his thumbnails? Yes, I did know about that. I did know about that. Against my will, I have seen much Jaden Animations porn. But, you know. Oh well. I mean, listen, guys. I'm not the YouTuber to litigate that as someone who is totally okay with his audience making porn of him. You know. People only care about Nux being weird because he doesn't stick to being an anime and does commentary and hangs out with IRL people while not being named Iron Mouse. Against my will, lied the YouTuber. I don't find her OC attractive, personally. There are OCs I find attractive that certain people have. You know, there's certain VTubers that I'm like, that's a hot VTuber. But I don't look at Jaden Animations and go, based. You know? Yeah, Jar's one of them. Name one. Project Melody. Madara-Khan. I wish she wasn't a roach. I bet it's Honey Goblin. No, she's cute. But that's really about it. Beckett's Wiggler. I'm trying to think. It's been a while since I've watched many VTubers, honestly.
Muta deleted his video, posted a community post, and then called me. And apologized. And yeah, anyway, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Basically, the TLDR is people bullied Muta into making a hit piece on me.
I don't think it took a lot. I don't know if I'd call it bullying. Maybe Reddit bullied him, but like, it did not take a lot of effort to pressure Muta into doing this. I do think he felt pressured, but I don't think it took a lot of it. I think he cracked really easy.
And it backfired like super big time, like super mega fucking big time. I mean, sort of backfired. Dude, I got some pretty fucked up DMs because of this situation. People are reaching out being like, Nux, are you associated with child porn? And it's like,
dude, one of my favorite types of YouTuber messages, right, is when a YouTuber, like, I've had people that I know that have come to me for like a nut check or something, and they're like, Diesel, what do I do? I'm getting all these messages from my contemporaries, right? We're talking about people that don't make drama content at all, but like random fucking guys, right? And then they're getting like a message from a mutual, right? And it's like a YouTuber with 1 million subs, and they're like, hey man, heard you're a rapist, fuck you. And it's like a Google doc that they've read, and they're like hitting this guy up. Zero reason to whatsoever. They were mutuals, and they're like, fuck you in the DMs for no reason. Like, before, every time those Google Docs come out, guys, with no evidence, there's another YouTuber who's like in somebody else's DMs being like, hey, I know that we're friends, but like, because this Google Doc is out on you now, kill yourself. I see shit like that all the time. That has happened more than once, right? So I 100% believe that's the thing that happened. I've seen it happen.
Wait, what? No. Obviously not. I mean, Keemstar is cool about that. He basically tweeted.
Dude, that happens all the time in YouTube, right? Where motherfuckers will be like, "Oh, we're the best of friends." Blah blah blah. Second drama happened. Boom, dropped. Right? And then for some reason, YouTubers can't just like not talk to a person. They need to be like public about it. They need to be like, "Oh, we're not friends anymore." Or they'll like DM you and they'll be like, I saw this drama was going on. We're not friends anymore.
Out that he thinks I'm a pedophile or something.
When I show you, I'm gonna show you guys this other drama in a minute, and you're gonna be like, Diesel, this is insane.
Which is pretty cool. Classic Keemstar maneuver. Zero, evidence or information or anything. Like, they were trying to cancel me for lolly porn, which is ironic because I've never supported lolly porn. And also ironic because their definition of lolly porn is hentai in a high school setting.
There was no way he was gonna be able to work his way out of that one. There's no way he was able to work his way out of that one. Oh no.
That's right. Literally every hentai. That's right. Are you a fan of My
Literally every hentai does not take place in a high school, but okay, my king.
Hero Academia? You might be a pedophile. Anyway. So, I got some classic people harassing me and stuff and shit like that, but that'll pass. I think anyone that actually looks at things rationally will know that none of this is real. And anyway, it's pretty shitty stuff, basically. I don't want to fucking dive into it right now.
Wait, did he just say My Hero Academia is hentai? He's saying, like, that My Hero Academia hentai should exist.
Have a stream where we talk about things literally as far away from us as possible. And I am talking about Korea. That's right. We're going all the way to...
This is a great tweet, Tipster. I know you have me blocked, but this is a great tweet, Tipster, by the way. Great tweet. I disagree that MHA should exist, but to each their own. Like what somebody in chat said earlier, if it looks like a kid and talks like a kid, it's a kid. But that's like that's my take. Can we summon him a third time? It is a good tweet. That is a good tweet. I fuck with the tweet. Did you guys see what happened where the mangaka for MHA made a ship canon? And this motherfucker. He made a relationship that you'd expect to be canon in MHA canon, and the audience got mad at the mangaka for doing it. That awkward silence that he realizes he might have outed that he watches My Hero hentai. No, I'm talking about the fucking manga. You moron. Yeah, he got tons of death threats. It wasn't even a ship. The main girl and the dude got together. Yeah. Dude, there's like autismo people in the fucking comments being like, yeah, all anime is weird. The Marvel and MHA crossover art was so funny. Is Jotaro Kujo Shota? I mean, he's 17 in part 3. Oh my god. Yeah, it was set up from episode 1 that he liked her. I know! Dude, people were mad that the fucking, like, what's her name? Ochako and Midori got together. They were fuming about that because, like, people were like, I'm mad because I wanted it to be the fucking Fire Kid and Midori. Ochako and Izuki, yeah. I couldn't fucking remember. But yeah, they were like mad, and I guess part of it was like Toga helped set them up. And so people were like hitting up the mangaka being like, you've made the wrong decision, blah 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 blah. Oh, it was Bakugo and Deku. Yeah, okay. They'd wanted him to bang his bully. Yes! Dude, that's like the second or third like insane anime like debacle. Did you guys when the Attack on Titan manga ended, they got like really mad at the mangaka for the ending as well. They didn't like the fucking ending and they were like harassing the shit out of the mangaka. And he was giving like a speech at like Anime NYC the next day. He was actually really nice about it. And he was like, I don't mind. Boruto ships were wild. I mean, I like that fight in Boruto where they fight the dinosaurs, but that's like it. I haven't really watched it, to be honest. I watched JJK recently. I keep meaning to watch Bungo Stray Dogs. But I am watching Dandadan now, and Momo and Okarun are so adorable. Like, I wish nothing but the best for them. You know, I know they're not. I wish nothing but the best for them. Have you seen Delicious in the Dungeon? I watched like one episode and I was like, it's not for me. What's there to watch? Lal Bardo takes 80 episodes to have its first canon episode. Yo, peak to peak. Dungeon Meshi is peak. I liked Overlord. I don't know, the whole isekai brand of anime, I just can't fucking watch anymore. I just can't. I keep meaning to watch that anime with the autistic elf. I haven't watched it. Diesel, read Kengan Asura. Dude, I tried watching the anime and it was really ugly. Like, it's like 3D. But I'm sure the manga is better. Dungeon Meshi is just fantasy. Yeah, but it has like the signs. It has the signs. Yes, the little elf, the little autistic elf, you know? The one where she takes out a thing and she's like, you can give this kind of thing to men and they're just happy. You know that one? Have you watched Baki the Grappler? Yes. Baki the Grappler is great. Okay. So, this next drama I want to show you guys, and we might actually do a second stream of this because I'm actually interested in this. I think I watched that Iskal video. I can't remember if they stated Iskal resigned from Hermitcraft. Doro Hidoro is very good.
I would watch more anime, but then if I want to talk to people about it, they are most likely unwashed freaks.
There's like normal people who watch anime. You gotta like touch grass though, you know. I like how people just call every other anime character with the fixation autistic now. Like we saw how well shut that went with Delicious in the Dungeon manga. Yeah. It's like because I only consume that anime via memes, I don't know anything else about it other than the memes. Diesel interested in Minecraft drama, say it isn't so. I mean, true. I think people should just be able to watch anime, and some guy on Twitter shouldn't like litigate every single bit of it, actually. And also, we shouldn't determine the sex or creed of a character on the basis of whether or not they were emotionally vulnerable with another character. Actually, I mean, you know, Bakugo and Midoriya, I don't think that was, you know, they might have had like a vulnerable moment, but you know, maybe that doesn't mean that they want to fuck each other. For some reason, I don't know why or when this started happening, but believe it or not, men can actually be vulnerable with each other and not want to fuck each other in the butt. Shocking revelation.
Why has Iskal85 just left Hermitcraft?
So if you don't know any of those words that were just said, Iskal85, yeah, a member in a SMP. So this is like a really family-friendly SMP. Everybody's really PC and like really, it's like really above board, right? But Iskal85 was one of those characters in this SMP, and he was a YouTuber. Okay.
Member of the
but also, I think the voice is AI, but we'll just keep going.
Popular Minecraft survival server Hermitcraft since Season 4, Iskal has amassed over 1.5.
Do you believe that anime is more widely accepted now, or is still something people get bullied about liking? It's definitely more widely accepted now. I just exist in a weird position on the internet where it's a community that, like, is really cringe about anime and just can't fucking not get their panties in a twist.
5 million subscribers on YouTube. With a team of developers, he created the Vault Hunters mod pack, and he's worked with Mojang in the past, being featured on their live events before. In fact, he was one of the original test group for Minecraft, and he was given his Mojang account for free by Notch himself. So why, then, after 18 years on YouTube, has he suddenly vanished? And what exactly are the allegations surrounding him? Chapter 1. The Announcement. On the 23rd of November 2024, at 4 PM GMT, the Hermitcraft official Twitter account posted this message. Recently, we were presented with multiple complaints in regards to one of our members, Iskal85, by members of the community. After reviewing the evidence, we believe these complaints to be credible. When asked for a response, Iskal chose to...
So this like a really vague post that's made from this official Twitter, dude. Dude, this is so menacing. Okay, we're talking about a very menacing post made vaguely about a Minecraft SMP.
Resign. Out of respect for the privacy of the individuals affected, we will not be sharing any more details at this time. Stress Monster has also chosen to resign. This immediately sent waves through the Minecraft YouTube community. Allegations against creators have been the theme of this year. But regarding such a well-loved member of arguably the most family-friendly YouTube SMP, a server seemingly untouchable by scandal and outrage.
Guys, you gotta understand, Mumbo Jumbo is part of this SMP. That means nothing to half of you because you're all way too old for this.
Had now too fallen under scrutiny. By 9 p.m. GMT on the same day, Mumbo Jumbo, the most subscribed creator on the server, replied to a Twitter post, clarifying that, although we can't elaborate further currently, there were no minors involved.
Dude, I like how he had to mention that there was no minors, okay? Guys, so we're setting up the scene here, right? No minors were involved in this drama, okay?
Stress Monster was also confirmed to not have had anything to do with the allegations.
And like a moderator on Discord had nothing.
That was pretty much all that we knew. Until Chapter 2, The Allegations. On the 24th of November, a Twitter user named Cassie released a Google Doc containing their statement as one of those affected. But before I tell you what the document said, due warnings. Firstly, the
guys, warning about what's in this Google Doc, okay?
Following content covers topics that may be potentially triggering or unsuitable for younger viewers. If you feel you fall into these categories, please do skip to the timestamp on screen.
Mumbo Jumbo has to be the most glup shitto-esque name. Hey man, if you're fucking 10 years old, you're like, Mumbo Jumbo's my goat, okay? You're talking shit on Mumbo Jumbo, you put respect on Mumbo Jumbo's name, okay? You're not even ready for parkour civilization yet, all right? Fucking know what comes. Know what comes next.
Now, or the next YouTube chapter. Secondly, this video is in no way intended to hate on any of the people involved. Please do not go and give hate to these people or behave disrespectfully to them. I am in no way affiliated with Hermitcraft or any of the people involved in this situation, nor will I share my personal opinion in this video. I simply want to inform and educate people on this situation in an unbiased manner, especially as I haven't yet found a video collecting every piece of information together. A moderator for Iskal's streams, Discord, and the Vault Hunters official...
A Discord mod has released a Google document. Let it be known, okay? They weren't a minor.
Discord. Cass voluntarily released a Google Doc with their information about the situation. After a session in Iskal's Patreon-only Discord voice chat, Iskal began to communicate with them more than normal.
Oh no. Iskal started flirting with his Discord mod. Iskal sent a friend request. I was just trying to make a group chat with Sir Salsa but can't Kek W. Accepted, sir. Just wanted to thank you and Salsa specifically for all the help with the streams and the community. You guys are absolutely omega to me, and I appreciate appreciate the shit out of the both of you. Thank you for being there for me.
The conversation seemed fairly innocent at first, thanking them for all of their moderating work, alongside one of the other moderators. Iskal apparently would often leave messages unreplied to for days on end.
No way, guys. Dude, the FPS Diesel Google Doc comes out, and it's my moderator saying that I don't answer their messages right away.
Was extremely chatty for the next 9 days.
Oh, and then he was chatty. Dude, he didn't answer my messages for a long time, and then he was talkative to me.
Soon, he had asked to start
Nice. Set up Skype. Yep, downloading. Oh my god. How did I remember my old one? Lol. I'm probably gonna make a new one anyway, but I have the message from my brother from 2018, lol. I'll add you. What is it?
Messaging with them on Skype. It was here that his messages started to take a more inappropriate...
Guys, his messages are taking an inappropriate turn.
I won't show them all here for the sake of keeping this more family-friendly.
Okay, I need to just look at the Google Doc, right? But we'll look after this.
But the full Google Doc is linked in the description. Over the following days and weeks, he sent Cass many more flirty messages that, in hindsight, definitely stepped over the line of friend flirty banter. However, Cass was very...
It went from friend flirty banter to just flirty banter. Guys. He was flirting on Skype with an adult who can consent. Oh, shit. Hold on, let me answer a text message.
Conflicted if they should reply in a similar manner. Most
Guys, the woman was going back and forth on whether or not she wanted to flirt with him.
they ended up just changing the subject. Iskal saw this
And then they reneged his advances. Understandable.
and even commented on it a few times.
And then he was insane.
Something like changing the subject, I see. But this did not deter him from making these advances.
We would someone doesn't want to flirt. Don't want to flirt, I see. Well, I'd like to take it back to your pussy, my lady.
Becoming obsessed with Cass's leg at one point, which he had
Oh no.
seen in a video of their pigeon taking a bath. The situation then became even more serious when it was revealed to Cass that Iskal had a live-in partner, despite him then denying this when asked, and continuing.
So, do you have a living partner? I don't get no cuddles, lol. Why not, sir? No partner for Iskal? No partner for Iskal, I guess. So, like, maybe he had, like, a partner and he was, like, on a break or something?
To make advances and discuss inappropriate topics with them. Their last Skype conversation.
What are you paranoid about? Can't be afraid of things in life, Cass. I want to give you an advice. Please start grabbing things. Take what you want. Practice with me. I won't be offended by anything. I'm very laid back. Begging for pussy voice. I'd like you to take a risk, my dear.
Was on the 16th of December, 2023. At this point, Cass had become very uncomfortable with the messages that were being sent by Iskal.
Yeah, dude sounds like a desperate single guy. That's kind of what it sounds like. They could have just been living together. Yeah.
Chapter 3. Going public. For a while, like many victims of such behavior, Cass
was a victim. Okay? This Discord moderator was a victim. Let's pull up the Google Doc. Okay, how many pages? Over 20. Oh, thank God, it was only 11. All right, I can read it on stream. Hi, everyone. I'm not being pushed, but I'm rather doing it of my own accord, blah, blah, blah. I'd like to start off by saying a couple things. No minors are involved that we know of. I know Mumbo already confirmed it, but I feel it's important for me to say that, too. Thank you, Mumbo. As for stress, don't bring her into this at all. I'm hoping the best for her and her kids. Please don't speculate about her. Oh, wait, hold on. We need to continue watching this video.
Felt guilty and confused and did not talk to anyone about this. Until a few weeks ago, that is, when another victim of Iskal guessed correctly that somebody else they knew had also been mistreated in a similar way. Cass said that B...
I think person B is this stress person. I think person B is this stress person, by the way.
This is person B, was romantically involved with Iskal for 3 years. During that time he attempted to mess with me. The communication he had with B was stopped.
During that time that he attempted to flirt with me, he wasn't talking to the other person. So he was on break with his other partner. Interesting. Interesting. Have you been in a romantic scenario at all in your life?
When his attempts on me failed, he resumed his romantic involvement with B, claiming he had been hacked, and apologized profusely. This news is extremely painful for her, as she deeply cared for him.
Stress is another Hermitcraft creator who is close friends with Iskal. Okay. Okay.
And was emotionally invested in their online connection. They had
well, clearly Stress had some relation to Iskal's drama, because they keep mentioning it. Okay.
even planned to meet in person, and he had shared personal, intimate details with her that he hadn't shared with others. Another victim soon was found.
Like an ex-partner.
Who had, along with victim B, received images of an inappropriate nature from Isco, although Cass stresses that they themselves managed to avoid these. Eventually, Cass and victim B managed to get in touch with a member of Hermitcraft, who is currently unnamed for privacy. They offered help, gathered evidence, and informed the other hermits. Isco reportedly went dark around that time, and has currently not released a public statement on this topic.
B isn't Stress, but Stress was close to leaving and only really friends with Iskal. So she took that as a sign to leave. She's happily married with kids and uninvolved. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm going to tell you about what happened in order. For those who don't know, I've been a moderator for Iskal for a while now. And for a time, it was only Gamer Salsa. Started personal when was that Salsa and I were in Vault Hunter's Patreon voice chat, just doing a vault together when he popped in while muted and watched us for a bit before leaving. That's weird. Right after he sent me this, sent the friend request, was trying to make a group chat with Sir Salsa, but can't. Keck W, accepted, sir. Just wanted to thank you and Salsa specifically. Fairly innocent. That's how it was for about a week and a half. Something to know about Iskal is he doesn't really respond to Discord very much. Even when he asked me to send him something to do something for him, which honestly don't expect any more than that, it doesn't really bother me. However, for these 9 days, he was extremely chatty, even starting his own conversation, which was baffling to me at the time. And I was used to mostly silence on his end. I just thought he was being more my friend than before, which I don't think would have been unusual since I had been moderating for a long time. And doing that thing for his stream, it was a community I adored. It was August 21st when he first brought up Skype, but before, he started being a little weird without giving me any context whatsoever. But now, hindsight's 2020. Finger, you need food, Keck W. God, this guy is so old. The Keck W. Dude, that's... Continue to be awesome, Cass. I've got no worries in my head. You're a good one. Oh, God. May I please have some pushy voice? Ooh. Peeping at Iskal cast, Danger Zone cast, puts pants back on, LOL. Oh no. Oh no. And then another Skype message. These are Discord messages. And then the Skype message. Oh, okay. Excuse me. I was reading that wrong. I want to read what her response is to this. I want to read what her response is to this, right? Dude, if you're a dude and you try and hit up a chick online, you just can't strike out. You strike out, it's going public, dude. But I will say, this is horrible. This is horrible. Ain't no girl wants to hear about how you got your pants off, bro. Ain't no chick think that's hot. Okay, it's 2:30 in the morning. That girly don't want to hear that at 2:30 in the morning. I'll add you. Immediately after going to Skype, he brought up danger zones again and started being sexual. He talked about getting in bed naked and how he currently has a boner. I was very wary to engage, but just happened to assume he was joking around or something. Very naive of me, I guess. But it feels so different when it's happening to you and in your head, so it's difficult. I don't understand. It's not like I don't want to victim blame, right? But it's just like if you're just be like, I don't want to fucking flirt with you. Just say I don't want to fucking flirt with you. Yeah, yeah. Like let me just read that again. I'm sorry. I don't want to like say something that's like fucked up, but I was wary to engage, but honestly just assumed he was joking around or something. What do you mean? How old are you? Like, how old are you? Like, can you not tell that he was like flirting? Like, chat, that's like he's clearly trying to flirt, right? He's like being weird, but he's trying to flirt. It's not a fucking child. I mean, the only leg to stand on here is that she didn't want to lose her mod status. I mean, yeah, but that's not that much. Like, very naive of me, I guess, but it feels so different when it's happening to you. And in your head, it's difficult to explain my own logic back then. So, like, what happened? Like, this is clearly, like, I'm missing messages. It's like he sends a smiley face, and then you initiate a conversation on Monday, August 21st, 2023. So you initiate a conversation, and you say, hello. Yeah, now we can talk here. The danger zone talk. Lol, no, but I can't keep track of Discord, and I like you. Keep this very private, though, only for family and very close friends. No, see, when it's worded like that, it does sound like he's cheating on a partner, right? Or it's a Skype he has because his Discord is like inundated with notifications. You can see here he's talking about danger zones again. 8 days after the first time. I'm just showing this so that way you could clearly see the same person I've been talking to, as I was confused by his flip in behavior. That's supposed to say flippant behavior. That I started to question myself on whether he was truly the same person I was talking to. The way he talks and uses emotes is the exact same as he already is everywhere, which made me more apparent the more he talked to me. To back this up even further, I had 2 instances of me mentioning Skype afterwards on Discord, even though he never replied directly to those messages. He also never went, huh, what's Skype, or anything like that. She entertained that she wasn't talking to the same dude, I guess. Sir, do you check your Skype as much as you think you do? Bingo, thank you, thank you. Add loot beam to mod box. Sometimes I and others noticed was his lovely habit of talking a lot and then ghosting us for 1 to 2 weeks randomly. Guys, Diesel didn't answer my messages right away. I can't believe he would do this. Not that I feel I just have to justify myself. I'm just embarrassed. Also, message Skype if you need anything, because Discord gets filtered out on my phone from all the notifications. Turn them off sometimes, girly. Jesus. Should be easy to see. From the VOD, only 1 note, which wasn't actually said to be a note. Double spawns from spawners in chromatic iron caves. How you feeling today, sir? Okay, what do you mean, dude? What do you mean? This guy is fucking flirting with you. Then why the fuck are you answering? Why are you reaching out to him about how he's feeling? If you see what I mean? Where I think some of these messages are clipped out of context, chat, where it feels like I'm missing something. Because why, if she wasn't interested, like, why she's trying to, like, is she trying to build like a friendship with the guy who like some guys, like, you can just tell they're not interested in a friendship with you. They're just trying to fuck you, right? And so you don't want to fucking talk to them. You don't reach out to them, right? Because you know, oh, that guy, he just wants to fuck me. So it's like, that's just gonna encourage the stupid. They flirted. Iscal pussied out. She angry. I mean, I don't want to say it's that because we don't know, but it is giving that. As you can see, no response to these messages. But it's like, do you really want him to talk about his danger zone again? This is like an even more stupid version of the scammer payback fiasco. Dude, I had to like relitigate the scammer payback stuff because those people are still on their bullshit. But I'm just glad that they're all geriatrics because they'll all be dead soon anyway. Let's see. After adding on Skype, he didn't talk to me at all on Discord anymore because he uses Discord for business, Skype for his personal. Any more in a friendly way he was before, but only stream moderator stuff. So he was using Discord for work and then Skype for pleasure. Okay. Then he would talk to me on Skype for days off and on randomly, saying extremely flirty things that in hindsight definitely stepped over the line of friend flirty bantering. Okay, I gotta be honest, chat. When I'm flirting with someone, I'm trying to like charismatically riz them into us taking off our pants together. Okay? I was very conflicted on if I should say anything back like he does. You were conflicted on whether or not you should flirt with him. Did you find him attractive or not? But mostly I just changed the subject and tried to get him to talk about normal things, which he would do sometimes. I'd seen so many instances of red flags to look out for in these situations like this, and he absolutely picked up on it. Was she a minor? No. She is a grown woman. A lot of the time his flirting was unsuccessful. He would either say something like, changing the subject, I see, encouraging me to open up. This guy doesn't know how to talk to women. Or straight up just leaving me alone for a couple days before he tried again. I showed him a video of my pigeon, Wilbur. Guys, her pigeon is named after Wilbur Soot. That pigeon got the dog in him. Taking a bath, and the bottom of my leg happened to be in the shot. And after that, he was obsessed with my legs and mentioned them whenever he could. So show that message. Can you show us the message of him talking about your legs? Can you show us the message of the guy being like, hey, baby, you got some nice legs? Where is that message? Why isn't that there? Now I mentioned before that we had a lot of friends in common. Now that I mentioned before that we had a lot of friends in common. Okay. What? What do you mean you have friends in common? A full month after the Skype thing started, one of my friends accidentally revealed that Iskal had a live-in partner. That is such a vague statement, dude. This friend had no idea about the Skype, but knew the secret because of other reasons. I don't remember how it was brought up at the time, because all I remember was a sudden drop in my stomach as they said it. Maybe she realized she was the other girl. I don't know what live-in partner means. I feel like I get like a live-in, like I got a live-in cow, you know, like I got a cow in my living room, you know what I mean? I didn't just take their word for it though. And I talked to other friends who I knew would know the truth. So I talked to mutual friends of Iskal and I and said, hey, is Iskal in a relationship with someone? Is that what they're saying? The first person I approached, I don't know if they really understood me or what I was asking. So they didn't confirm or deny anything, which was really messed up with me at the time. I thought to myself that Iskal could not be so stupid as to do this with me, who he knows is friends with people he knows. So surely I was blowing it all out of proportion. I did ask Iskal if he had a partner then, because I wanted to know if he would lie or not. And then There's some messages missing here, chat. Okay. So do you? There's something missing. Something is missing here. I don't get no cuddles, lol. Why not, sir? No partner for Iskal? No partner for Iskal, I guess. Doesn't it sound like we're missing something here? I feel like something is not in this that should be here. I spiraled over this for probably a week or two before I talked again to someone I trusted, trying to get more answers to stop freaking out. Yeah, because you were the other girl, and you didn't know whether or not you could trust that this guy was into you or just using you for a goon. Oh my god. I told who I am going to call A what was happening, and they immediately told me about the partner once they understood that the secret needed to be told to me. Their identity was remaining anonymous for the moment, so we don't know what's happening in the background. I really helped. There's so many fucking spelling errors in this. A really pulled me out of a spiral and made me truly confront the fact of what Iskal was doing with me. Yeah, you were the side hoe. Wasn't right, and he had overstepped the line. This girl was the side hoe. Yeah, she wanted to be the partner. There is no way that is not the case. I couldn't convince myself anymore that Iskal was behaving like a normal person should. Are you fucking kidding me? No, dude, this is getting accused. He's getting accused of predatory behavior right here. This is not what is happening. Dude, what the fuck? So why is a possible cheater our business? Imagine being kicked off of a business like Hermitcraft. Imagine being kicked out of an SMP because you cheated on a partner who's not public. This feels like a nothing burger. Guys, these are like million sub YouTubers, okay? Kids love these fuckers. It was about a month after talking to A that Iskal tried for the last time to get me to respond to his advances, which I will show you. And after that, we never talked on Skype again. The date was December 16th, 2023, which is important. What are you paranoid about? You can't be afraid of things in life, Cass. I want to give you advice. Please start grabbing things. Take what you want. Practice with me. I won't ever be offended by anything. I'm very laid back. Yeah, the Nux video is just him talking on a podcast with a VTuber, and it's like all over the place, so it's not really an addressal of anything, really. But look at this is definitely screen clip chimped, right? This is a clip chimp, dude. There's no way this isn't a fucking clip chimp. Right? And then she responds, I know, sir, you were very sweet, lol. Heart, trust. And then he sends a heart back. Heart, grip further than you think you dare with me. Try me. I got you, heart. Her entire message is clipped, and we can't read it. Heart, I appreciate you. You gotta try me harder. Go on. Push barriers, dear Cass, sir. This is so... You know... Oh, man, dude. Oh, man, this guy got no riz. This guy's a grip champ. Someone tried to take down the dock, and it was down briefly while I assume Google team checked it out, make sure it wasn't breaking. Okay. Dude, this is... Even if he didn't commit a crime, preying on your audience is heinous and should be stopped at all costs. If he attempts to continue to be a content creator, these things are out there forever, and someone will call back on if he tries this again. Dude, I can't. Are you fucking kidding me? Sorry, chat. Sorry, chat. I can't keep flirting with you. Chad, I know you wanted a piece of my ass, but I just can't let it happen anymore. Lastly, please stop asking for proof with explicit things in it. I really do not I don't want the chance of any minor seeing something like that. Please trust that the hermits did their due diligence. I don't trust that they did, dude. Dude, you guys gotta understand. Yeah, like what Laura Lee said in the chat. He got Uber deleted after this. Guys, they unpersoned him. Okay? They unpersoned this guy. They removed him from thumbnails. They removed him from merchandise. They removed him from branding. He literally got unpersoned. Okay? They unpersoned this guy. They literally did the Stalin thing. But now that I read this, there's no way there wasn't some malicious behavior that went into the creation of this Google document, dude. Hermitcraft doesn't like any potential controversy. Okay, so this is why you have like a PR team. So that way they could like work on these things. This is yeah, this is like borderline litigatable. Hold on.
Chapter 4. The Reactions. When spoken to by Hermit, Iskal chose to leave the server. Stress also chose to leave, but her reason is unknown, although False Symmetry has confirmed that she was not involved in the allegations. I ask, along with many others, that you leave her and her family out for the podcast episode featuring Iskal was unlisted from YouTube.
Guys, the podcast got deleted. Okay.
And removed from podcast platforms such as Spotify. Mumbo Jumbo has removed merchandise referencing collaborations.
Mumbo Jumbo unpersoned him. Okay, Mumbo Jumbo is the Joseph Stalin of Minecraft YouTube.
With Iskal from his recent vintage collection merch drop. And Grian has removed Iskal from his thumbnails going
Boom. Iskal gone.
Back 6 years. 4 members of the Vault Hunters server have been confirmed to have left, as well as multiple developers and moderators. Iskal and Stress have been removed from the banner image on the Hermitcraft official
Boom, gone from the Hermitcraft banner image, guys.
Website. There are now multiple documents containing the stories from other victims.
Okay, sure, let's look at them. Remember, okay, so this is on Payspin. No screenshots. Okay. No screenshots. For those of you who don't know me, blah, blah, blah. I recently discovered that I, along with others, were taken advantage of by Iskal. What was most troubling is not the manipulation, but also the fact that it occurred while he was in a long-term relationship. What began as casual conversations turned flirtatious, then sexting, and even sharing personal photos. As a single mother, I had been transparent with him about my life challenges and asked him not to give me false hope or expectations. You're a single mother, but girl, you need to reevaluate your position. I don't know what to tell you. You went flirting with a guy on Discord and he turned out to be like not that great. Like, I don't Like I can't even muster up any sympathy aside from laughing at you. Lesson not learned. Looking back now, I realize his actions weren't just manipulative, they were emotionally abusive. He knew how to use his words to build trust and make me believe in his sincerity, only to later shatter that trust. It's heartbreaking to accept that someone I respected and supported could not treat me and others this way. He treated you as like... I hope your baby daddy doesn't pay child support, actually. Iskal is a pervasive individual, and I trusted his words. He even suggested visiting my country and invited me to Paris this January. I declined, but his pattern of behavior is consistent all across all victims' similar approaches, similar words. He was flirting with me and other people, and then when I didn't want to go meet him, he dropped me like a brick. What a surprise. The girl has 2 kids. How does she have time for this nonsense? Exactly. When I discovered I wasn't alone, I immediately canceled my Patreon support for Vault Hunters and connected with other victims.
Literally, who cares? N-word chud soundbite.
Literally, who cares, neighbor? Oh my god. In 2024, with the prevalence of AI-generated content and account hacks, it's understandable that people may doubt our claims. However, we have irrefutable proof that supports everything we're saying. While I'm not sharing all of it publicly at this time, I can assure you that the evidence reveals a stark contrast between the person Iskal portrays publicly and the reality of his behavior. This PC Minecraft YouTuber who's very family friendly likes to fuck in private. No. Are you going to tell me that the guy who plays Elmo on Sesame Street has sex? Can you click on a random Iskal video? Sure.
Welcome.
Are you kidding me?
I can't believe how well received. Yeah. I can't believe how well received Mission.
Dude, he sounds like the Swedish meatball guy. Sounds like the Swedish chef from fucking the Muppets.
Possible has
No, he's Swedish. Yeah.
been. Now, I've been away.
Dude, those Swedes, they like to bust it down sexual style. I don't know what to tell you. This has been a deeply painful experience for all of us. Accepting that I, too, was a victim has been incredibly challenging. Guys, I've been on bad dates before, right? I've been on bad dates before, chat. I've never, and I've been on some really bad dates. There was this one time in college, there was this girl, she kept trying to sell me on herself by explaining how she was, like, rich. And after the first date, I met up with her in public again, and she was really interested in going out again, and she really wanted to make a relationship. And I went to her in public and I said, I think that this can't be a thing. We're just not a good fit for each other. And this girl fucking lost her shit at me. She started yelling at me. Okay. She said some mean shit about me. But I wouldn't call myself a victim of a girl wanting to turn me into a trophy husband. I can fix her. I want to thank the Hermitcraft players who have shown unwavering support to all of those affected during this time. Just yesterday, I spoke with another victim, and it pains me to say there may be even more out there. This guy was horny and wasn't getting any cuddles at home is what happened. Did she say any slurs? She was Mexican. So I wouldn't have understood the slurs. I kindly ask that you respect the privacy and boundaries of all victims. Some may wish to remain anonymous, and their decisions should be honored. Please show empathy towards everyone who's been hurt or affected by this. Wah, wah, wah. Maybe you should just drop dead, bitch. Fuck me. I no longer support Iskal in any way. I am heartbroken by what has happened, not to just me, but everyone else who trusted him. An anonymous victim who has come forward. Oh my god. Oh my god. You know who sent me this story, guys? It was Hal. I think Hal might be trying to kill me. I wanted to make a statement regarding the situation. About 3 years ago, I was very excited and invested in Vault Hunter's pack. We privately messaged back and forth a few times. He asked me for a Skype so it would be easier and quicker. I was dumb, excited to talk and see where things could go. A fool to believe everything he was saying and promising. It ended up being a very uncomfortable situation. He talked to me about being naked, wanted to know personal things, like how I sleep at night, weird things like that, up until the point where a boundary had been crossed. Wait, okay, so the naked part wasn't the boundary, but... He talked to me about being naked, wanted to know personal things like how I slept that night. I mean, like, you know, if you're like flirting with someone, you might ask them like, oh, are you sleeping well? Like, how are you doing? All of these people are adults, right? Yeah, they're all adults. Sentences I don't want to share. Never pictures. Okay, so they flirted. They flirted. Never pictures, but all in all, nothing I want to publicly expose. Yeah, because I was flirting and I felt like an idiot. Then finally he asked me to draw obscene things for the lols. And despite me telling him I was uncomfortable drawing such things, he tried to push me into still doing it. When I apologized and explained to him again how I was not too happy with it, I luckily got ghosted pretty soon after. Sentences I don't want to share. And then, you know, there must have been like a separate conversation where he's like, could you draw not safe for work of us fucking? And then she probably was like, no. And then she did it. And I apologized and explained to him how I was not happy with it. So she drew not safe for work art, probably of them. And then didn't like the art she drew? Is that, am I reading that correctly? Okay, so it feels like he's ghosting people who say no. Does that mean he's respecting boundaries or... Yeah, like if I'm just like starting up like some flirting with someone and then I swing and I miss, I was like, okay, understood, and then I stopped talking to them. That's like, you know, reasonable, right? Like you should stop talking to them. I feel like it had been my fault for not giving in. Thank God I didn't. I was too naive and stupid to see any red flags. I thought it was a normal thing to do. One may call me dumb for just giving more and more, but I always tried to see the best in people. Dude was like handling like fucking 3 relationships, dude. Now there are others who had to go through similar or even worse. I'm both glad but also heartbroken to see everything that's going on. This was 3 years ago. So this is in like 2021. So this person is in 2021. This person might not even be related to the more recent ones. Let's see. Let's see if this is a minor. No, they're just an oat milk fan. I'm sorry you had to go through this. Words cannot express how much I would love to give you a hug if you'd accept it. No one should ever have to deal with this, and the entire community has you. I think these people should be bullied. Guys, I just want us all to understand that a Rizless guy right now, they're talking about him like it's the Diddy party, okay? Statement released by Cass on behalf of another victim. Ah, you gotta be fucking kidding me. It's another paste bin. Dude. Ah. There's no evidence in any of this, dude. Holy shit. Dude, this is insane, dude. Oh. You know what? Iskal, you should come back and be super based. Oh my god. They're exposing him because he was bad. Pastebin, is that a new blogging site? No, that's where you post, like, a docs. Like, what the fuck else do you post there? Yeah, by the way, like I said, this response from Nux, because some of you brought it up. It's just a podcast. It's not like a response. It's just him spitting with a VTuber, and it's like whatever. I probably wouldn't take it as like an official response. I know some commentary guys are gonna do that. I would not personally. But just because I saw it get brought up and I saw Lyrics was covering it with the intention of saying it was his response, I'd wait for like a main video from him.
For a while, and this thing went bananas. So much so that the 24
Guys, just imagine him talking about the danger zone and sleeping naked. I understand why people want to die sometimes, actually. Kind of get the vibe. I get the vibe. This is blackpilling me like crazy, chat. Ugh. Did you guys see that Jake Weddle wants to sue Queeman and Hellbent, by the way? That's another one. I know I tweeted about that. I might be blocked. I'll pull that up now. Wait a second. Where's that tweet? Why is that tweet not up? Why is my tweet gone? I did not dream about this. I definitely tweeted about this. Why is this gone? Where is this fucking tweet? What the fuck? What the fuck happened to it? He deleted his account. Too bad. That's why my tweet was gone. Yeah. No. He deleted his account. Yeah, Musk is mad you stopped paying him. Look, so it's Queeman reacting to the Jake Weddle stand-up special. And he says, let's compare my 30 minutes to yours. It's like, I had nothing to do with Queeman's stream, but I'm willing to collab on a 30-minute special if he wishes. What you did was illegal. You recorded people in a Patreon without their consent. In the UK, that's a worse crime than in the US. Smart move to distance yourself from ripping the entire 30 minutes, but I will be having a field day with the both of you. So was this like so someone said it was a private Zoom call, and then another person said it was like a Discord server. Either way, I don't think he really has a leg to stand on. This is like a Maddox level. This is like a Maddox lawsuit level thing here. This is really cringe. But yeah, an international lawsuit. She recorded in a Discord that she got by paying the $3. That's it. What if I paid the $10 to go back into the Discord? What if I paid the $10 to go back into the Discord on my alt account? No, I won't. I don't care enough about it. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think he'll be doing anything. Yeah, I know. What the audacity for that comedian to charge, dude. He's not even funny. Oh god, dude. That's outrageous. Yeah, anyway, all this to say, I think with all the drama today, everybody's stupid except for me. I'm 100% correct in everything, and everybody else is dumb. There we go. Lumpy Willie was like, this content only costs $3. Saying it costs $3 is egregious. Okay, I think that was a Lumpy Willie L. I think it was worth like maybe 1 or 2. But yeah, I think fuck. Hold on. Keemstar tweeted something out.
Or as caveat
Except for
as
Keemstar, who insinuated I'm a pedophile. You can't make
as
this
big.
shit up. He's like, I always knew it. Check his hard drive. Yeah, I love this guy. He just keeps winning, Keemstar.
That's it. That's the only. Nux's hard drive should be checked. I've seen too many red flags. The association with Shadman is enough for you to be investigated by anybody that disagrees should also be investigated. Keem, you hated him regardless, irrespective of the Shadman thing. Okay, you're retroactively using that to say that you were right all along when you had no idea about that other information prior to that. Okay, you don't have the what you got like a fucking pedophile radar up your ass, Keemstar? Because I'm telling you right now, buddy, you gotta get that reevaluated. I think think it might be a little miscalculated sometimes. Dude, I hate this shit. This is the shit I hate. This is what makes me fucking hate commentary so fucking much. Oh my god. Which by the way, do you guys, speaking of, I don't put a lot of credence in Keemstar for reasons like this. Okay? If I went through Keemstar's Twitter account right now, all right, you imagine how many World War III. You know what? I'll do it now. Here, let's go Twitter dorking, chat. Let's go Twitter dorking. I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to set a fire in your heart. Let's see. All these words. Should I put them in do I comma these or quote these? Killjoy, do you know? You know. I'll do comma. World War 3. Let's try. Let's try that. Oh, yeah, I think it's got to be like we'll do this. We'll do this first. There's been World War III planning by 50 countries. The billionaires are making bunkers. Wake up. For you little bastards that keep calling me old. World War III. Vote Trump for World War III. Remember when Biden wasn't causing World War III? That was in July, guys. 99% of Americans are completely clueless how close we are to World War III. World War III. World War III. If we all die in World War III. No, anyone who wants like World War III, get far away from power. 2024, we're on the world of World War III aliens. It's the election year in 64 different countries. There's only one man on the planet that can stop World War III. Here's super negative tweet for 2024. World War III. This is in 2023, guys. World War III prediction from 150 years ago. Article from 2016. Let's see. October 26, 2023. World War III. Do you realize how many times Keemstar keeps saying World War III is going to happen? The world's nations are forming into two separate teams. Get ready to play World War III. World War III gotta chill. Wait. Let's keep going. I think we can go a little further. Ron Paul explaining how close we are to World War III. Listen, Ron Paul, I'm still here, buddy. Let's see. I don't see any way we should avoid World War III or nuclear war at this point. World War III just started. Let's go back. Let's just go back really far. Oh my god, dude. Keem has been calling for World War III for years, man. Putin and Biden today basically said they're going to fight in Ukraine until they win. In before World War III. World War III looks likely. This bee just ended World War III. In the event of World War III, we'll talk about World War III in the entire episode. World War III Twitter. World War III hype. Giveaway in case of World War III. Dude, the fucking Ukraine war like fucking broke Keemstar's brain. World War III has been canceled because there's a new wave of Minecraft kids trending again. That was in 2021, chat. 2020s. World War III, almost. Dude, this motherfucker's been saying it's World War III since 2016, bro. 2020. I'll take some World War III with a side of Corona, riots, and murder hornets. Dear Devil, we need you to know now. Please start World War III. World War III. This is in 2017.
Trump made the correct decision here. Period. And anyone saying, "Oh, this is going to start World War III." Well, if sticking up for babies who get murdered by chemical warfare starts World War III, then maybe World War III is worth it.
I don't even know what that is in reference to. Dude, this will start World War III. Stop saying this, morons. No, it won't. Hey, Keemstar. Hey, Keemstar. Hey, Keemstar. The call's coming from inside the asylum. I hear rumors World War III is about to go down. What the fuck is wrong with CNN? World War III could be going on, and they'd be reporting Hillary is sick today. World War III. He's saying this in 2015, guys. Let's see. I'm expecting big drama this evening during the full moon. World War III. World War III. Buying gold with Bitcoin. I'm telling you, get ready for World War III. That was in 2014. How many times are you going to say that World War III is starting, Keemstar, huh? We're on the verge of World War III, and you nerds are mad that I am slow on the uploads. The world can end as long as we're entertained. We're on the verge of World War III in 2013, chat. Let's do a UFO. The UFO battle in the sky never happened. UFO, 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 UFO. I bet we could find videos of 8-year-old Keem speaking about World War III. UFO, 10-foot aliens in the backyard. UFO has been detected in China. UFO shot down by F-22. Jewish UFOs. Gotta pick on my camera. UFO? UFO, guys. Oh my god, dude. This is so fucking funny. Let's go back really far. Let's see where this starts, dude. Dude, Keem's a big UFO guy. UFOs, real or fake? UFO crashes in Russia. UFO, UFO, UFO. You ever see a UFO? Yeah, I think Drifter would be a perfect fit for the UFO show. UFO, would you have time to study UFO alien shit today? Come on the podcast. My ceiling looks like a UFO invasion. Dude, his brain, dude. His brain just works in mysterious ways. Why don't the UFOs just come down and talk to us? He says that in 2019. Let's see. Uber driver seen a UFO? I want to start a campaign to release the UFO files. DM. Dude, this guy got radicalized by the UFO community. Oh shit, this is so fun. Fuck you, Keemstar, bro. Fuck. Shout out to Keemstar and the UFOs. Okay, now I'm done with stream. I'm done with stream now. You can all go home. I win. Oh fuck. I think we'll do the body cam stream next, guys. I think we'll do that next. I always wanted to do that with Keem's Twitter.